Welcome, PLW Nation. It's Friday night, and you know what that means. It's whiff time. We have a good one here for you tonight as Adam Tannick and his 18 and 18 Sandvipers head on to Cajun County, where Andrew Leday has his 18 and 18 Cajuns poised for a playoff push. Tune in here tonight for Premier League Wiffle. What's going on, everybody? I'm Chad Phillips. I got the All-American Matt Patricus here in the booth with me tonight. But before we hear from Matt, let's head down to the field for a little update from Adam Tannick on the evening.
What's up, PLW Nation? Adam Tannick here with the Sandvipers. A little insight on our starting pitchers. We have Tom Gannon going game 1, myself going game 2, and Kenny McDowell pitching game 3. Good luck tonight in your bets.
Well, there you go. You got the rotation from Tannick there tonight. And this series, Matt, this is going to decide who's going toward the playoffs and who's going down to 7th place.
This is a big series. Both teams come in at 18 and 18, deadlocked in the standings. Who do you feel has got the edge tonight?
Oh, I kind of like the Vipers here tonight. I think that, Cody Runnels is a big addition here for this Cajuns team. We'll see if he can step up and, provide some war for this Cajuns team that they much need. The Cajuns have Will Morris here tonight. He's down in the 6th hole. So that Cajuns, Andrew's confident with that lineup he's putting out there.
Yeah, Morris in the 6th hole is a dangerous, dangerous bat. He's still figuring it out, the way of the whiff, but he is a former minor league ball player, so he definitely knows his way around the bat and the ball.
The way of the whiff. That's not a lie out here. The way of the whiff. We have so many top baseball players who have come out, and they just have so much trouble making this transition to wiffle ball out here. No different coming from softball, totally different skill sets to play those games, and you really need to get your timing when you come out in this field.
Indeed. As we see Andrew Leday out here throwing his warm-up pitches. We got 3 minutes till game time. Leday will be going for the Cajuns in game 1. Ryan Roosh, a late scratch. He will be arriving late this evening. So Leday takes over.
And they'll have Tom Gannon on the mound for the Sandvipers, who are making his usual game 1 start. I believe he's 10-1 or 11-1. Been very, very tough this year, and basically got his Sandvipers game 1 wins all season long.
All season long. Tom has been dealing. He brings his ace stuff every week, carries the team on the mound for game 1. I expect big things from Adam Tannick tonight. He's been in a little bit of a slump. He went on vacation, maybe lost the way of the whiff a little bit. He's got to get reacquainted with the strike zone and not chase as much as he's been doing over the past 2 or 3 weeks or so. I think he's going to have a big night tonight. He is definitely due in my book.
And then we got Andrew Leday on the other hand here. He's been kind of hot and cold on the mound this season. Andrew took all 3 losses last week, which was the PLW first. He's got that game 1 start, and he walked right out, and they lost that game. He came in relief in game 2 early, and they weren't able to put any more runs up for him. And then in game 3, he came in for the save, and he couldn't hold on. So he's coming in a little slump on the mound here. He's got fantastic stuff. His stuff is electric and tough to pick up. He's got a good release, and it's tough to see that ball out of his hand sometimes and understand which one of his 4 pitches is coming.
And this is a tough part of the day right now for the first 20 minutes or so. You have the shadows with the sun hitting the fence right behind you, so the ball comes in and out of the shadows, and if it has a lot of breaking to it, you're going to see it in different places than it really is. So hitting could be a challenge here in the early goings.
J-Rock, last week, they played the Cajuns, and he said he had the most trouble he's ever had picking the ball up.
I believe it.
Out of Andrew's release point, because he has a high release point from the left side, and that scoreboard ends up being a poor batter's eye, and the white ball kind of blends in with the scoreboard, and it takes that extra tick to pick that ball up out of his hand, and it can be a problem here early in the night.
Yeah, we took notice of that scoreboard with the lefties throwing a couple weeks ago, and we decided to go with Jim Dodos because to get that little advantage in the first inning there.
You're looking for any edge you can find out here because one little edge can result in ball games. We've lost so many games this season on just one little mistake, and then boom, it's 3-2 and the game's over. And you really got to stay strong. Defense is so important out here in Premier League Wiffle, as one little mistake can lead to a five spot in a hurry.
Yes, the Wiffle gods like to frown upon errors, and they punish you for them almost instantly most of the time.
So this Cajuns defense is very suspect at times. They have not had the infield prowess this season, and you got that lineup up there, Matt. Why don't you hit them with that Vipers lineup?
All right, so as you can see on the screen, this is the Sandvipers starting lineup. Actually, it is edited. What you see on the screen is not accurate. They're bumping Tom Gannon up to the 4 hole. So you got Hicks leading off, Tanek in the 2, Tavano batting 3rd. Tom Gannon will be in the 4 spot tonight in this game 1, followed by Kenny McDowell and Mike Dean in the 6 spot.
I got Flentai, Keegan, Roach, and Burley on the bench. Looks like we're ready to go. We can talk a little bit more about that Cajuns defense, and it looks like
it's a new look defense.
It is. They got Cody Runnels right in there at shortstop. They got Nathan Rauch playing second, Will Morris at 3rd. Ryan Rauch being that late addition, sure Gold Glove winner this season, in my opinion. Casey Nielsen's going to fill in for him in left until he gets here, and it looks like
another new acquisition, Cody Giordano, is in right field, as Hicks looks wide for ball 2.
Cajuns added Runnels this week. They traded away Kiefer McClendon and Bo Evans, and they also traded away their 2nd-round pick in the fall for Cody Giordano.
So Lede misses low there, brings the count to 3-1, and he is struggling with his command early. But you can't really blame him. Hicks is a dangerous batter. You don't want to throw him anything too good, or else he'll send it over the wall.
Yeah, he's up in that league in walks as well, as you see him draw that very dangerous first walk to Lede. And with Roosh not here yet, they got Morris and Runnels able to pitch, and they also got
Nathan Roosh.
Nathan Roosh.
They got some arms that can fill in for a little while. And here is Tanek stepping up with a backwards hat. That's a new look for him. It means business.
It's definitely a new look for him. I almost didn't know who that was for a second. Adam's been bouncing around the lineup. He was led off of most of his career and in the 4 hole and the 3 hole last week.
And that was strike 2, because in the PLW, we start with 0 balls and 1 strike. Not sure what the delay is here.
The pylon was not in place down there on the 3rd baseline. We get the pylon placed 1 wiffle ball length away from the foul line. If it touches it in any manner, it's a foul ball.
Misses high and away for ball number 1. Tanek is ahead in the count. No, I'm sorry. Lede is ahead in the count. That one misses up and in as Tanek watches that one all the way through. He is locked in tonight, I'm telling you. He's going to have a big night. Day's trying to find his strike zone with his secondary pitches, and that's going to fall short. Ball 3 fills the count.
There's a little bit of wind kind of floating around, and it feels like the wind is kind of on tier 1 right now. It's low. It's blowing in circles here on the field, so pitching could be a little tricky. 3-2 pitch.
And that's going to be ball 4, and that's going to be a quick exit for Lede, and he immediately points to the new guy, Cody Runnels. He's coming in, making his debut on the mound. And you know a little bit about Cody on the mound. He pitched for you for a good bit this season. What do you got for the viewers here with Cody's pitching?
He was very effective in spurts. He aims to develop into a strikeout pitcher for sure. He has struggled with that radar a little bit. He's living in that high 50s. There's a lot of new players down here have.
Yeah, and I still do.
And that walk bugaboo has really got him this season. But he hasn't been hit very hard this season. He's got about 30 walks in about 25 innings. So he's got to cut that down a little bit. At the same time, he's not been getting hit very hard. He's only given up 1 home run on the season. That was after a terrible error last week, too. He would have been out of the inning. And he was trying.
It looks like we got an assist here from Evan Shields, posting a 1.34 ERA in 22-plus innings of work for Cody. So he's doing pretty well for himself out there. See if his defense can hold up behind him, which has also been an issue in the past for him on the mound, which doesn't reflect in the earned run average because those errors result in unearned runs.
Yeah, he's got a handful of unearned runs allowed, but the defense that the Lightning played behind him this season was not optimal very often. Let's see what he's got here tonight.
Here is his first batter, Marc Tavano.
2 on, nobody out.
And he pumps that one in there for strike number 2. 53 right down the pipe.
Good start for Cody. You know, he's really anxious to get his Cajuns career going here tonight.
Comes with a little bit of a different arm angle there, and kind of held on to it a little too long. Spiked that one low and away. Tavano was putting on a pretty good show in batting practice earlier. He was definitely elevating the ball and hitting that pine tree in the back
Well, these are the two top Rookie of the Year candidates right here going at each other. A couple other guys in that mix with Eder and then Will Morris over at third. But these two guys right here have
Just
been
missed that one.
the most talked about rookies this season. Tavano, how many home runs does he have? I think he has 10 or 11.
I'm thinking he's upwards of 12.
Oh,
I could be wrong. I haven't looked at the stats in a little while. And it's a rip to third base. Will Morris is going to handle it, step on third, and go to second for a double play. That was huge for the defense there, and the Cajuns quickly get 2 outs after 2 walks. That's going to bring Tom Gannon to the plate with a runner on first base.
really good job by Will Morris staying down on that, using his hands in front of his body and making the very easy. They actually almost had a chance to try and throw that for that triple play. It was probably going to be late.
Yeah, it's not likely that it was going to happen. It's just smart to just lock up those 2 outs, because if you bobble the ball, maybe they say you didn't catch it when you try to transfer for the throw. As Tom watches ball up and in for ball number 1.
It's so fun to see that triple play throw, though, man.
Yeah. Chen attempted one last night.
Did he hit the middle?
No, he ended up being about 8 feet short. But I think the clock had stopped as well a little early, so there's no telling if he had enough time to actually get it there. Ooh, a little bit of a two-seamer there from Cody.
Good eye by Gannon there.
It's going to even the count.
A lot of times that pitch comes back into the zone. Gannon recognizes it's a straight pitch, just staying away.
Same thing. That's going to be an easy ground ball to Nathan. He tosses it over to Will, who misses the base. And he recovers in time. Our first base umpire down the line, Chris Warfield, had the clock running until he actually touched the base, and he said 4.87.
Wow, he almost blew that there.
That
was really weird, jumping over the bag like that.
Well, I don't think he was expecting to actually get the ball. If I was Nathan there, I probably would have just jogged it over the 3 feet or so.
Definitely not risk that throw. Makes sense. We got that Cajuns lineup on board. I'll take that, Matt. We got Andrew Leday leading off. We got Ryan Roosh. I'm not sure if he's in the 2-hole, as he is not here. So
I do not see the man.
Cody Runnels in the 3-hole. Casey Nielsen, 4-hole. Devlin Daniel in the 5-hole. And Will Morris batting last. Let me think who might. Maybe they bump everybody up a spot.
And put Cody in the 6. Cody Giordano is what I'm thinking.
That seems about right. You see Sashi Boba down there? I'm not sure I've seen him either.
I haven't seen Sashi.
I do not see Sashi either.
No Sashi sighting. Sashi was hanging out at the field last night. He was a big influence on the Warbirds side of the field. He was chilling down the first base side. He was cheering us on. He was bringing us some energy. He liked what he was seeing. We liked what we were doing.
I tried to get in that deal for Cody, and I tried to get Sashi in there as well, but we couldn't swing the 3 for 2. It ended up just being a 2 for 1. And I really like Sashi's energy a lot. I think he can bring a lot to my club. Hoping maybe Andrew sticks him on the waiver wire at some point. And, I don't know. We'll find out.
I think Sashi has a home with the Cajuns here. He is a crucial part of that team. If he's not playing, he's in the dugout being a hype man, keeping them all in the game, focused on what the goal is.
He's been very successful on the mound early in the season as well. And then since they've made a couple of moves, he hasn't really found his way back out there recently. But somebody who has found his way to the mound a lot recently is Mr. Gannon, and he is going to face Mr. Leday here to start the bottom of the first.
That is up and in for ball number 1. It's Andrew Leday has a 12-game hitting streak coming into this game. It is currently the 3rd longest hitting streak in the league. The longest record is 36 by Taylor Briner. Who else?
That's like DiMaggio-like.
Yeah. It's a whole season long. We used to, play 39-game seasons?
42. And
42.
Then we played 42, 42, 39, and now 54 this season.
So Dave fouls that one off. So he's going to stay down in the count 1 and 2. They're giving him a little bit down left field. He's very capable of just poking it out there in front of the container. I'm sure he's going to be looking to do that, especially with Tom pitching him outside right there.
Yes, Hicks better be ready on those outside pitches.
He's going to foul that one off. 55.
Andrew, probably the best bat-to-ball skills in this league. Extremely difficult to sneak it by him. Dodos and Sansone come to mind.
Another foul ball.
All 3 lefties.
Yeah.
Dodos and Sansone, probably the 3 toughest outs in the league, and you can put Adam Tanek when he's looking like this tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Right in that mix.
Ooh. Gets Lede chasing the high heat.
Tom's got good stuff always, and Lede sneaks one past him there.
It's going to bring... Who is going to be in the Ryan Rouge spot? Oh, looks like they did. They moved everybody up. It's going to be Cody Runnels making his at-bat debut for the Cajuns. He's just going to watch the pitch drift too far inside on him for ball one. He's going to foul that one into the strike zone. But it is just strike two.
Chad, probably the worst manager in the league. Chad is a great manager. Consecutive comments. You gotta love PLW Nation.
Hey, they either love you or they hate you.
I almost called in sick chat police as Runnels pops one
Cody
up.
pops it up, and you know it's an out when Tom claps his hands. Tom, he's got those sticky fingers. And we have a Ryan Rouge sighting as he comes in from the right field line. Just misses that bat. He's going to probably...
He'll have to pinch hit because he's not in the lineup. So
or they may go 7.
We'll see if Cody Giordano gets that first at bat in the 6 hole.
This lineup is different. They did not just move everybody up. Nielsen was originally in the 4 spot, which would make him up now. But they've gone with Devin Daniel. As he hits a hard grounder, slicing off the hands of Hick. He's going to try to flip it, and that play is not going to be made in time.
As long as an infielder touches the ball stays active. If an outfielder ever touches it, the play is over. But you did see Michael Dean, the third baseman, another infielder, run out to the outfield and try and get that forced play at second. But 6-2-3 on the clock, not even close.
It's going to bring Casey Nielsen to the plate with a runner on first base and 2 down. Just going to watch that in there for strike number 2 at a cool 50 mile an hour. Casey's going to flare that one out. Tom's going to... Did he touch it? Was it fair? Was it foul?
He missed it.
They're calling foul and no touch.
God, I'm surprised he didn't pounce on that a little bit more.
Yeah.
He had a chance to pounce on that. He just didn't get it done there. Unlike Tom, he's shaking his head. I think he's a little upset with himself.
Tom likes to pitch. Tom likes to get strikeouts. That's what he's aiming to do here.
He's throwing that drop a lot. He has a double play ball. Let's see if Tavano can throw it. Nope.
They don't need it.
3 outs. You're right. Good inning by Gannon.
They can't start the next inning with 1 out if they do turn that, right?
No.
No, not a rule? Okay.
Not a rule. We're through 1 inning, and it looks like this one could set up to be a pitcher's duel. And
this is the top of the 2nd inning. And it is brought to you by Leilani Ecuna, the official realtor of the PLW. Whether you are buying or selling a home, you now have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. You can connect with Leilani on Instagram at Leilani Acuna.
guys, he definitely didn't touch that ball. It just spun back on him. You could see it clearly. He missed it completely. Warfield was 2 feet away and saw it well. What's going on? Our screen went off here.
Yeah, we don't need it right now.
Perfect.
We got Cody Runnels leading off. Ryan Rouge is taking his place in the outfield. He's got his headband in hand. There it goes. Headband on. Game on. We're ready. He's ready. Kenny McDowell will be the first batter to lead off the 2nd inning here.
Rouge has been a monster in left field this season. He's also been a monster on the mound, and he's got like a 350 average or 320. I'm not exactly sure, but I know his average is up there. He's been a solid 3-way player for these Cajuns.
Oh, most definitely. He is definitely a leading candidate for most improved player. I think he had a sub-200 batting average last season in the limited time he did play, and he is proven that he is a game changer.
Yeah, he almost should be in that MVP conversation due to the fact of how
Kenny
many
hits that one so high. It's going to be difficult.
And Will Morris. Nope, that's Nathan Rouge.
That is Nathan Rouge.
Can't hang on. His brother wanted to call him off, coming sprinting in from the wall, but didn't do so in time. Nathan can't hang on.
You know, pop-ups have not been that easy recently. I don't know. We've been seeing a lot of dropped pop-ups. Could be a lot of spin on the ball mixed with a little bit of a swirling wind. I know there was a couple last night that just kept drifting on defenders. But nonetheless, that's going to be a runner on first base via error, and Michael Dean at the plate as he watches ball number 1.
ball number 2, I believe. Oh, no, 1 and 2. Yeah, you're right. First pitch was a strike.
Correct. So Cody tries that 3/4 arm length, or 3/4 arm slot again and misses wide.
Ended up with a little riser there, it looked like.
As he comes back over the top, that's going to be caught.
There's Roosh flashing that gold glove, which I almost want to just give to him after the night tonight. That's how good he's been out there this season.
Hey, don't jinx him, man. You are in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, I've tried to jinx him all year, but he just won't drop anything.
As the lineup turns over for Justin Hicks now at the plate.
Yeah, this guy is a monster at the dish. He's a big favorite to win that RBI crown this year. I think he's in second place right now.
Yeah, he's top 3 for sure. But don't look now. We have a White Boy Rick sighting in the chat. Is that the White Boy Rick or is that the imposter? I know there was an imposter for a while. Kind of feels like it's the imposter. They're getting a chant going in the chat. Chad Zamini.
Chad's a meanie. 3-1 pitch.
That's going to be a strike.
Finds the bottom bar.
Bottom pipe, 53. Make it a full count here. With 1 down, they're looking to convert on a double play, hard hit ground ball. And that's going to miss low and away for Cody's first walk.
Now, the winner of this series will be above 500, and the loser of this series will be below 500. The loser of this series will be in 7th place, no matter what. And with the Lightning sucking up so many losses lately, it's really squeezed the middle of the table up towards 500 and over 500 instead of under 500. It looks like the Wiffle bets are still open here. We got about a plus 230 line.
There's a ground ball, hard hit up the middle. That's going to score Kenny McDowell from second base, and those polls will be closed now. First run is on the board. Sandvipers take the lead thanks to an Adam Tanek single up the middle. I'm telling you, he's going to have himself a night at the plate.
He looks kind of funny in that hat, frontwards or backwards.
It's definitely a different look.
Yeah, it is. Almost don't recognize him. He's lost about 35 pounds, and he's wearing a hat.
Yeah, it's like when somebody wears glasses all the time, and then all of a sudden they start wearing contacts. They don't look the same. He just doesn't look the same in a hat.
You know, Cody wants this guy right now. He knows that
Rookie of the Year
race is close, and he can't
head-to-head battle.
Allow Tavano to get any further ahead. That's got a ton of spin on it. It's going to land directly over the middle.
That's getting all the way. Both runners will score as that ball had so much side spin on it. You could just see it off the bat. It started basically over the shortstop head and then just spun all the way to the 102 sign in the right center field gap.
Yeah, Cody Giordano didn't know a lot about what that ball was doing. Didn't negotiate that hard side spin, and it's going to score the extra run from first base, and it's 3-0 Vipers.
And once again, the Wiffle gods have spoken. Cajuns made that one error, the pop-up, and it's starting to fall apart a little bit. They need to regain their composure on defense. Tom will look that one in hot, 60 miles an hour.
Ooh, that's tough. That looked like a better pitch than that. Red hot.
It's going to miss low. It's going to fall behind 3-1 here.
These Vipers have been the most patient team in Premier League Wiffle for 5 seasons now.
They practice patience.
Yep, they make you throw strikes, and if you can't, then you cycle through pitchers, and then they feast on your 4th and 5th pitcher that you end up putting out there.
Yeah, that's their game. Get to the depth of the bullpen.
Big 3-1 pitch from Cody, hits the pan. Oh, gets Gannon chasing on 3-2.
You just know Tom's not happy about that at bat. He probably watched a very hittable pitch for strike 2 and then chased ball 4.
Yeah, that was a good 8 inches outside there. And you don't see that from Tom very often. And Cody has the second out of the inning, looking to bear down here and get Kenny. Good pitch by Cody.
That was a very nice pitch.
Looked like a little cutting screwball almost, diving down in the zone.
Had a little comeback to it towards the right-handed batter.
So important for pitchers to get that strike 1 because, as we know here, it's strike 2, and now he has all of his pitches at his disposal on 0-2.
Drops down again and misses inside this time. So he's been a little erratic with that quarter arm slot.
Goes away with a slider here and tries to get a chase.
No. I want to know what that pitch is that he's throwing. It's a little miniature screwball.
It's just a drop screw.
It was a straight ball. That's going to be fair ball. And Will Morris knocks it down and chases
it. Didn't go out of play over there, almost.
Yeah, I was blinded. I couldn't tell with the railing down there.
It looked like it was going to go. There's a gap over at third base in between. There's two fences over there, and there's about a 4-foot gap, 3-foot gap. The ball.
Nobody knows why it's there.
Nobody knows why it's there, but I love it as a ground rule.
So there's a little dispute about the time here. The main clock had 5:07. And the challenge flag has been thrown because the umpires came together and ruled that it was a safe.
I don't know if we have a replay. Doesn't look like we have a replay.
We're going to have to decide.
I'm not sure we have one.
Well, they're going to go underneath and speak to the two down there. We had the Lomans downstairs operating the cameras and the graphics for us tonight. Big shout out to the Lomans, Kyle and Jen.
And my opinion on this is that if 3 watches all had, 503, 507, 504, like there's nothing to challenge in that spot. It's just...
Well, I don't think that's the case here. I think one of the umpires had like 4:09 something, and then the main clock had 5:07. But a lot of the times with that main clock, it does stop a little late. And the umpires have come back out, and they said there is no replay, so the call will stand as a runner safe at first. And I believe there was a runner on base when this play happened. Looks like Marc Tavano was on second and has advanced to third base. So they're going to bring the Cajuns back out to play defense, finish off this inning.
Probably goes down as a dirty single, too. That was a hard-hit ball. I don't really think Morris misplayed that. He tried to make a play on it. It got away from him a little slow picking it up and making the throw. Just over the time limit. First and third, 2 outs. 3 runs already in here in the second. Here's Dean in the 6th hole. Big batter for Cody as Mr. Hicks is waiting on deck. Cody did walk one already?
Cody does have 1 walk.
Okay, so if Dean is a very patient hitter, he is not going to be helping Cody out here. Cody's going to come with a strike right here on 2-1. Oh,
Dean's going to pop that one up, and Will Morris is going to handle that one. So no harm done.
Oh, I know Adam's not very happy with that swing right there. He's very, very harsh on his players swinging at balls, and he's not afraid to pull the trigger and get a different batter in there.
That's true.
What is their bench? Just Scott Burley and Dustin Flenty?
I believe they have 1 more player on their bench. I could be wrong. The pregame graphic had, I believe, 4 names on the bench.
Yeah.
But maybe not everybody showed up tonight.
It looks like it's just Burley and Flenty. They have 8 guys here, yeah. See that lineup back up on the screen. Don Roach, I don't see him. Jordan Keegan still has a broken hand.
Yeah, we're probably not going to see Keegan for a little while here, maybe the remainder of the season.
Well, Keegan needs 5 games to get playoff eligible right now, so they have to get him in the last 2 series completely, or steal him a game here, a game there, and then play him the last series of the season. And it's going to be close to whether he's healthy. That's about his timetable return, the second to last or last week. So we'll see how that injury heals up as Gannon back on the hill for the bottom of the second with 3 runs in his pocket.
It's going to miss up and away to Cody Giordano, the newly acquired from the Night Owls. Looking to make a statement here in his new home.
Tough assignment here against Gannon to start it off.
He's going to foul that one off. As Tom gets ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cody started to offer at it, but he thought better of it and let that one fade outside for ball 2.
Do have Ryan Roosh still available on the bench, so
that's going to be the dreaded dribbler. As Gannon loads that up and fires it to the backstop for out number 1. That is so deflating as a batter. When you think you just fouled it off, and then all of a sudden that spin brings it right back out.
Yeah, it seems to happen, a handful of times a night out here.
Mm-hmm.
Who it doesn't happen to is Nick Sansone. I don't know what that guy does to make sure everything he hits is a foul ball, but holy cow. He's got to lead the league in pitches per plate appearance.
He's going to miss up and in on Will Morris. Batting from the left side. Is that normal for Will? Yeah, I think it is. I think he throws righty, hits lefty.
That's correct. Tough matchup for him against the lefty Gannon here. I'm not sure he's seen him before either.
He's going to miss for ball number 2.
I feel like Will missed the series against the Vipers earlier in the season. He missed a couple.
Very well could
I
have.
think this was one of them.
Sits
miss
back on that. Holy moly.
Wow! Over the tallest tree we have here. That was hit about 195 feet, and Will Morris puts the Cajuns on the board. What a monster.
I believe they call that light tower power.
I tried to trade for this man this week, and Leday wasn't budging. And
Yeah.
I don't.
Can you blame him?
I can't blame him. I did try. It didn't happen. We will have a trade announcement, though, in another about hour. Somewhere in Game 2, I'm going to say we'll pop that up if we get a delay somewhere.
So today is the trade deadline, midnight. As Leday swings at the first pitch and pops that up, Hicks ranges into short center field to make the catch for out number 2.
Midnight tonight, 11:59 p.m. is the trade deadline.
Pacific.
2 more weeks will be the waiver deadline, so you still can cut some players off your team. There's about 45 guys on the waiver wire right now, so those guys will all be eligible to be claimed for another couple of weeks. Here's Reynolds jumping in.
Is this Reynolds or is this Leday too? As he's got Leday on his back, a spare jersey. That's another dreaded dribbler. It's going to be the 3rd out of the inning.
Tom really throwing that drop pitch a lot, and he's got a lot of up and down movement. It almost looks like he's lobbing it, but it's certainly not a lob. It's got a sharp downward break. It's really tough to square up, and you see the result when he executes that pitch well. The ball just kind of squeezes off the corner of the bat and just dribbles out to the mound.
Yep.
Got Chad Phillips. We got Matt Patricus. We're loving some Friday night whiffs here. 2 18 and 18 teams live, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nevada?
I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I'm just working on saying Roosh correctly tonight. That's the one I'm working on.
Yeah, we're going to hold you accountable on that one.
All right. I think I screwed it up earlier already.
I'm pretty sure the man has earned the right to have his name pronounced
You
properly.
are correct about that. We need a good name for his brother. Like, we have Santi 1 and Santi 2, but we need something for Nathan Roosh.
Well, he is a fireman, so maybe we can work that somewhere into there.
Oh, he looks like a fireman, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got the stash going.
Cody back out here for his 3rd inning of work. 9 innings maximum per night in Premier League Wiffle for a pitcher. 1 pitch in an inning constitutes a full inning pitched.
He's going to take one off the ribs there. Not even think twice about it. We got a crowd forming up there on the container tonight. It's going to be ball 2 up and away.
I see Jonathan Wilson. We got Trench Pacone up there.
Looks like Kyle Etter as well. And is that Ryan Chen? No, that's not Chen.
I thought it was Chen for a minute, too. That's over all of them. Hicks goes way out of here.
And that's what he does. He hits the ball far. Almost every other bat.
Yeah, he is really tough to get out. And he's making his MVP case. He's got some work to do, but don't put it past him. As Justin Hicks gives the Vipers that run right back, and it's 4-1 here in the 3rd.
Here comes the player of the night in my book. Adam Tanek's going to go back-to-back here.
He got it on his hands just enough, and it goes right to the wall. He didn't get a lot of that, but he got it to about 95 feet away, and Cody Giordano with his back up against the ivy is able to bring it in. It's going to put Tavano up at the plate here.
That's gone. See ya. Trench made a huge effort out there to grab that one.
Yeah, Trench was really jumping up in the air to catch that one as Tavano hits. We need some numbers up here. I didn't get any stats done. I wasn't home all day. I think it's his 13th of the season.
Sounds about right to me. Sure that somebody can relay that over to us.
I got it right here. Let me just pop up these Cajun stats.
Roosh Deuce. Doesn't quite work. I like where he has that though. So how long do you think they're going to roll with Cody Reynolds here?
I mean,
he's got 1 walk. He's working on walk number 2 potentially right here as he falls behind 2-1 to Tom Gannon.
I mean, it is
now
3-1. 5-1. It's a good chance to get him some work right here. He's already thrown pitches in this inning, so they might as well let him keep going here with the bases empty.
Yeah. And there's walk number 2. So we're about to find out who they go to next. Looks like Will Morris is stepping up to the mound.
13th bomb for Tavano, 14th bomb for Hicks.
Hicks only has 14, huh?
Yep, Hicks is hitting .425, coming in with a .503 on base percentage, 1318 OPS. Certain MVP numbers. He is a little short, as there are a couple guys in the league that are outplaying him a little bit, but that .503 on base percentage is no joke.
Yeah, he's getting on base more than half the time he's out. Pretty bonkers.
Yeah, it is. He's, Tanek claimed that he was going to be an MVP this season back in September.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knew.
And he's getting there. A little couple of cold weeks he's had, which has got his numbers, but he has the potential with 6 weeks left to get his numbers way up still and give himself a chance.
Especially now batting at the top of this Vipers lineup. He's going to get, 4 at-bats more than batting in the 2 or 3 hole every series?
Let's give you the home run leaders in PLW here while we got a little break. We got Ethan Ibarra coming in with 20. Jim Dodos, 19. Ryan Chen, 18. Kyle Eder, 17. And then Trevor Bauer and Taylor Briner and Buck Burner with 16. Buck 7 home runs last night.
Big night for Buck Burner last night.
Just Kenny McDowell stepping in. Just a guy on first.
1 down. Will Morris throws his first pitch for strike number 2. So he gets ahead of Kenny here. Go a little. Ooh, that one was sliced. Stayed fair the whole way. That probably moved, about 14 feet left to right?
Yeah, that was a whip. That was an absolute whip of a hit. He just hit. It was still rising over the infield all the way to the container. It didn't get over by too much, but it was smashed, and Vipers are in true form here. Everybody hitting home runs.
Yeah, they're hitting the ball hard, and it is flying. The wind is swirling around a little bit. It looks pretty calm, but once you get up about, 20 feet up in the air, that ball's going to just take off. And that's going to get blocked immediately.
Kenny McDowell's 8th home run of the season.
So Mike Dean fouls off the second pitch of the at-bat for strike number 2. So he's working behind in the count 1 and 2. It's going to be spiked short of the plate. Evens the count of 2s. So Will Morris is working quick on the mound. Going to be inside for ball 3. It's going to fill up the count. And this is not what the Cajuns need. They need a pitcher to stay in this game. There he goes. Strike 3. Not sure where Dean was doing there.
He confused me a little bit there.
He looked up to see the speed. It was 53, which
is
I'm pretty sure is under 55. And he took off to first base. It's not opposite day. It's going to bring Justin Hicks back up to the plate. Last time he went yard. A no-doubter to left field. And that one is way up there. Will the wind carry it? Indeed it will. Into the Hollis tree in left center field. Hicks' second home run of the inning, bringing the score up to 8-1 in favor of the Vipers.
Bringing that batting average up to about .425 and the on-base percentage up to about .515, .520. And he looks like he's ready to have a big night here. 10-run mercy rule is after 3 complete innings.
We are approaching that threshold. Boom, see ya. Tanek is locked in. He's back. He's back from vacation. He's got a feel for the strike zone again. He's swinging at strikes, and he's hitting the ball hard. This Vipers team could be poised for a nice run down the stretch here if they can keep hitting like this.
Wow. They are putting on a show these last 2 innings here. We're up to 9-1. See if Will Morris can settle things down here. Cajuns are totally capable of putting some runs up still, and maybe look for the Vipers to get Gannon off the mound at some point soon and save some innings for him.
Very true.
Now with this lead. 3 innings for a starting pitcher to qualify for a win in a 6-inning game. So
nice.
We saw Tom 2 weeks ago with a 9-1 lead, exact same lead against the Ones. He only pitched the first 2 innings. He came out, the ones pulled it a little closer. Tom came back in to requalify for his win and settle that game down. We'll see if he comes back out for the third inning here tonight. Cajuns will
I'd be surprised if he does with an 8-run lead or more. Ooh, that was a nasty pitch right there. Tailed back right at the very end to tink in that top left corner.
Looked hot, too.
Pitching. And there it is. Adam Tanek just announces a pitching change. They're going to go with Kenny McDowell on the mound in relief for Tom Gannon, working with an 8-run cushion. They're going to save some of Tom's innings for the later this game if needed, or games 2 and 3.
So Tom can still get this win if the Vipers can mercy in the fourth. If he throws half the game, he can also qualify. So if it's a 4-inning game, that win would revert back to Tom. If it goes 5, then the most effective first reliever in would get that win. We'll see if Kenny is effective. He had a real tough outing about 3 weeks ago and gave up 15 runs.
They left him in there to dry.
Yeah, it was a windy night, and they certainly just left him out there to take some lumps, and hopefully he learned a little bit that night, and he's going to be a new man out there here.
Yeah, you got to be tough mentally to just stand out there and take that beating. They left him out there for all 15 runs. It was a windy night. I believe I was umpiring that night, and I was very surprised that they didn't try to make some kind of change just to any other pitcher.
Mentally tough, you mentioned, and this Vipers team is mentally tough from top to bottom. They get that from their manager, Adam Tanek, who is as mentally tough of a man as I've ever met, and he's really built a good club here as Hicks ranges a couple steps to his left and shows that cannon off. Easy first out.
70 from shortstop.
With a flip.
Yeah,
with
just
a flick.
Makes it all look easy out here on the field. Just going to bring up Casey Nielsen. Trying to help his team get back in this. So he's going to look at strike number 1. To bring the count to 0-2, you start with 1 strike as a batter here in the PLW. Ooh, he just busted out a knuckleball, I believe that was. And it just ting-ting the outside corner for strike 3 looking. See you later.
Kenny looking good. Couple batters in, real soft contact, and then a couple of really nice pitches. Quick strikeout.
Going to leave that one up. Cody Giordano is going to watch that one whiz by for ball number 1. That one's going to hit the strike zone at 54 for strike 2.
A little late breaking slider there. Good pitch by Kenny.
Got to see that one the whole way because it does have a last 2 feet as he tries to get that knuckleball working again.
Looked like it was working. It just kind of fell down. Cody with a good job laying off. Evens the count, 2-2.
He's going to foul that one off. Putting together a decent at-bat here. Low and away. It's going to fill the count as the wind starts to pick up. You can see that Tier 2 wind swirling around out there. That's going to be ball 4. It's ball 4, Cody. He didn't want to take the walk. He wanted to keep hitting. He's up there to hit. He's not up there to walk.
Kenny McDowell didn't want him to take the walk either. Hoping to sneak another pitch in there.
Yeah, true. Now he's got to face Will Morris.
Will hit a towering home run over everything in right field, over the Garden of Serenity.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a ball clear that tree the way that last home run he hit did.
Yeah, that's clear
gone.
Everything too.
The wind's taking that one easily. All you got to do is poke it up in the air right now, and it's going to fly.
Yeah, very casual flick there from Will Morris, and you can see clearly enough power with, that 70% swing there to get it way over the fence. Just get it in the air, elevate it, and let Las Vegas do its thing.
What was that?
I don't know. I can't even say the word anymore.
So Will Morris has been kind of carrying the load here for the team in the past couple weeks. It was two weeks ago. He pitched a complete game, 7-inning, that they won 1-0 off of a Will Morris solo home run. As Leday's looking to shoot it at the container. They're giving him it.
First pitch of the bottom of the 7th. He after throwing 7 scoreless, he hit that walk-off.
That knuckleball stays up. Never seen a knuckleball just stay flat like that. It's going to even the count at 2s.
Looks like he's aiming a little bit now. He's just got to trust his stuff. 2 on, nobody out. Does not want to walk out here in this spot. He's got to get through the inning, and he does not. And 2 quick walks.
No, I believe that was Kenny's first walk.
No,
That was the second?
Yeah,
That's right.
The one we had to tell Cody that he
Right.
he walked. So
Nobody wanted that walk.
looks like Tanek's going to take the ball himself here.
Seems like a good call. Get all their pitchers.
Oh, Burley.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Newly acquired. What, he was acquired 2 weeks ago?
This is his second series with the Vipers.
Is this his first taste of action as a Viper?
No, he pitched a couple of innings last week also.
And it looks like Sashi Boba has arrived.
The Boba is here. Scott Burley last week he threw, oh no, he had 3 at bats. Let me bring up his pitcher's card here. I'm pretty sure he threw as well. Just 1 inning he threw. He gave up 2 runs in 1 inning last week. So this is his second appearance on the mound.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of Scotty Burley. He didn't get much action with the Vaders because they had some pretty good depth on the mound. And Tanek he's looking like he's taking out some frustration on his team out here. They're up big, but it's never enough for Tanek. He always wants to destroy the other team.
That is 100% correct, Matt. He's never holding back, and he wants that mercy every game. He wants to end the game as quick as possible.
It looks like we are ready for action. Scotty Burley versus his first batter will be Cody Runnels. 2 guys trying to make a name for themselves in their new homes.
Sashi Baba, I guess I'm
Baba.
being told. But I asked Sashi himself, and he told me I was saying it correctly. So I don't know. I got to go by what the man says.
Baba. Scotty comes in throwing a strike. But it is rolled over to shortstop, and Hicks is there to knock it down and flip it over to Tavano for the 3rd out of the inning.
Good job by Burley. He's looking to come in and kind of steal the win here from Tom, as Tom has not qualified by pitching 3 innings. We've got a 9-3 game. Cajuns get a couple, trying to crawl back into this game. They still got 3 more at bats, and it's quite possible. Here's Devlin Daniel, and this is his 5th series with the Cajuns, and he has not seen very much mound time over that period. It's a good spot to get him in there.
I agree.
He's got a pretty good ERA on the year as well. He has not really been hit very hard, but he just walks out too fast, 90% of the time.
Yeah, this guy, he can be nasty on the mound, but his control is his big thing. He's got a lot of good movement on his slider and his screwball. His screwball is one of the better screwballs when it is on that I have seen out here in the PLW.
Yeah, it's a little different type of screwball than guys like J-Rock and Chen and Briner are throwing. It's got a lot of torque on it, and he kind of brings his arm right up around his ear to let it go, and he doesn't even flag it that bad. A lot of guys kind of flag their screwball because they got to release it differently.
Right.
But his slider and his screwball come out of that same location point. He's 6'4"-ish. And he does reach his arm up high to pitch with that overhand action. So it's a different feel for some of these hitters to get used to him. You see a lot of very confused hitters against him when he is throwing strikes. People can't pull the trigger on pitches that are right down the middle against him sometimes.
Yeah, they're expecting it to break one way or the other, and it stays straight. See if he can find command of his pitches tonight. As he's going to miss with the slider in on Tom Gannon for ball number 1. And there it is. That scrapes the inside post for a strike. The slightest bit of a ting at 55 for strike 2. And there was the screwball. It's got a sharp cut to it, but oftentimes he throws it low and hot. That one almost reaches us up here in the booth.
Hey, try-hard noob, we might have to get Dungeon Cam for you so you can have a J-Lo camera option during the night.
And Tom swings and misses for strike 3, and that's going to be Devin Daniel, his first out of the outing.
For the first season that he was in this league, we called him Daniel Devlin. We thought that was his name, and then we found out that we had the first name, last name, and yeah, you got it. But Devlin's
I remember those days. I did think the guy's name was Daniel.
Yeah, he's a snapper. He was a snapper there in season 0 and season 1.
It's going to be on the outside post, but hot at 59.
That was filthy, by the way. His screwball breaks so late and so hard and just cuts down as well. Really tough to square up as he takes something off a slider, misses up, and we are 3-1.
And strikes again becoming an issue for Devlin. There, ooh, that one must have missed up. But it looked good from up here in the box, but I cannot see the strike zone.
There's Michael Dean. Big batter here for Devlin as he does not want Tanek up the way he looks tonight with guys on base.
We have Hicks on deck here.
Oh, Hicks and then Tanek, that's right. I'm so used to Adam leading off.
Right? It is a different look. Even though most of the season he hasn't been in the leadoff spot. I could be wrong about that.
He was the first 6 weeks, and then when he went away, he came back a little cold, and he kind of moved himself down in the lineup a couple times, and he hit fourth once and third once. I kind of like him in the 2-hole behind Hicks, though. Hicks totally earned that leadoff spot this season as Devlin.
2 quick walks for Devlin. And that's going to force the Cajuns to go back into their bullpen. And it looks like Nathan Roosh is grabbing balls. He doesn't want to wait for Kirby. Yeah, Kirby's been a little slow on the trigger. There he is.
Is he
the
going,
star of the
is
league.
Is he going slow, or is Gio scared to drive him?
No, Gio just, he just doesn't want to get wild with him. Kirby had a wild night last night. He was spinning out all over the place. We had an operator who did not have their Kirby driver's license.
Might be a little hungover then.
Yeah, he could be. It was a celebratory night last night, the Cinco de Mayo. As you see Nathan Roosh, what kind of pitches does Nathan feature here?
I think he throws a knuckleball, and he has a good little screwball, which you just saw there, and he started out with just too many sliders, but he's developed a couple more pitches since. I'm not sure if it's a knuckleball he's throwing or if it's more of a palm ball like Dodos is throwing. We'll have to take a look at his straighter pitches and see what he might be doing with it. We haven't seen a lot of Nation. He threw a complete game about 3 weeks ago, but he's struggled with the walkout a little bit too. Let me see if I got his numbers here in front of me.
For first season, second season pitchers, they're still getting used to finding the strike zone consistently. Like, you get one season under your belt, then you start to figure it out, and you can throw strikes with most of your pitches anytime you want. But that first season, it's time for you to invent yourself and figure out what you can and can't do up there on the mound.
22 innings, 31 strikeouts, a 3.76 ERA, 2 saves.
It's a beautiful slider right there to Hicks for strike number 2. It's an important pitch to get ahead of this batter here with runners in scoring position.
Probably got average plus numbers on the mound this season. Wow, that's a good pitch with a step away.
Driven now. Wow. I did not think that one was going to go, but the wind must have picked up on it. Took it right out of here. Probably hit that, 116 to left center field?
Yeah, what a monster. Justin Hicks. He just flicks the bat, and the ball flies over the fence for the 3rd time this game.
This guy's good.
This guy is good. What is that again? I said he had 14 coming in. No, he had 13 coming in. So now he's got 16, and the league lead of 20 is in sight for him with 2 games to go still. Only a 9-run lead here. 1 run would put them in mercy land. The Cajuns do get to bat in the bottom of the 4th, unless the Sandvipers hit 15, which they win immediately.
Yes, the 15 run, as soon as that is hit, it is auto-ending the game. It is a rule in which the away team can hit a walk-off.
It's an excellent rule, and I do not think it needs any revisiting. It changes the theme at some point to, this isn't a game anymore. This is a race to 15.
That's going to carry. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, Adam Tanek. You called it in the pregame, Matt. Adam Tanek locked in tonight, looks ready to go. First sight of that backwards baseball cap ever, and the Vipers have a 13-3 lead here in the top of the 4th.
And it's going to be a long night for this Cajuns pitching staff. They're going to have to hope that Ryan Roosh can shut them down in the second game here and give their team a chance to stay in.
Cajuns have a lot of arms now, at least. They've got a good 7 pitchers on their team, and Leday's got to figure out when and how he wants to use these guys, and he knows when he wants to use Roosh, and he doesn't want to use himself unless he has to. He wants to kind of be the guy to get out of those jams and get the saves, just get the last couple outs when needed.
Well, he is the most veteran pitcher on this staff.
Yeah, he carried that one staff, and boy, did he carry the Stone Men into the Cajuns franchise, and all by himself kept this Cajuns team out of relegation last season. And if it wasn't for Andrew, we would not be watching the Cajuns this season. We might be watching some mess of a Dave Cabrera team with out-of-town guys and whatnot.
Marc rolls over on that, hits it to Will Morris, who makes the routine play over there at third base for the second out of the inning here. So as the score stands currently, the Cajuns are going to have to score in the bottom of the fourth to keep this game continuing. It's Tom Gannon is off to a slow start here at the plate tonight, looking to make things happen. Nathan does that step-back screwball pitch. The step-back, I believe, was originated by Levi Lawrence. He likes to do a bunch of funky things up there when he's pitching. Anything to try to distract the batter, throw their timing off.
There we go. We got Chief Keefe in the chat. What's going on, Kiefer? Good to have you watching here tonight on Twitch, TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok, you should be watching on Twitch. So head on over, get that Twitch app on your phone, search Premier Wiffle when you get there, and you'll see that live broadcast up there. Way better production, 4 cameras, top-notch stuff going on. Woo!
Floats a little, what was that, a knuckle?
42-mile-an-hour knuckle, I believe.
And just locks up Tom at the plate as he goes down looking for the third out. Oh, my.
But as you
that was
said,
a beautiful pitch.
If the Cajuns want to see a 5th inning, they're going to need a run here, or they'll be 10-runned in 4. So they would like to, at least get to experiment on the mound a little bit more, get some more reps, get some more at-bats in the next inning. So they need a run here so they can continue this game.
And take a look at that container right now as it is filling up as the night goes on. We started up there with 2 guys, and we're up to what, 7, 8?
8.
All right. I'm not familiar with the 2 on the far left there, but it looks like Nick Sansone has joined Trench, and Logan Christie is currently crawling down, but he'll be back up there.
There's Burley back out on the mound.
He threw 1 pitch last inning to finish it off, and he's in line for the win, is he not?
He is in line for the win.
Ooh, oh, little screwball in on the hands that Devlin hit, and Mike made a diving attempt but could not get it in foul territory. That'll be a long strike number 2.
Technically, nobody's in line for the win. This win would become a scorer's decision. Oh, no, I'm wrong. This is the 4th. Tom pitched 2. So Tom pitched half the game with his 2 innings, and if they hold this mercy, Tom will get the win.
Well, there you go. Evan, I forget his last name.
Shields?
In the chat, yes, Evan Shields was asking about, is Tom in line for the win?
3 innings to qualify for the win, or half the game in the mercy situation.
As Devlin rocks one through the 5-6 hole, it's going to get things started here for the Cajuns, who need to score to keep the game moving.
Good piece by Devlin there. He stayed in there. He didn't rip that shoulder out. Stayed inside the ball, hit a nice hard shot through the 5-6 hole. And we got the leadoff guy on for the Cajuns in search of at least one here. But really, honestly...
Did that hit the bat? I believe that hit the bat.
It did hit his back. I could see it. It hit his shoulder and then his bat. So it's going to be ball 1.
Trench Vegan is on the container. In the very middle, right above Tom Gannon.
We are in Las Vegas.
That's a goner.
Wow.
See ya. I believe that was a double tap off the bat. Kind of.
Yep.
I think it was. Off the hands.
Slingshot effect. When you hit it and the bat's so light, you're able to rip that bat through and hit it a second time in quick succession, and it creates that slingshot effect. And it doesn't really compress the ball as much when you hit it. Sometimes when a guy like Jason Stevenson, I like to use him again, hits the ball, he hits it so hard that the ball squishes and it doesn't really carry. But that ball was just lifted, and he let the ball do the work for him there. And here's Roosh pinch hitting.
All right, so the Cajuns did what they needed to extend this game, as there will be a 5th inning, unless the Cajuns can get to 15 themselves, which would be quite a feat.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
We'll be seeing Tom Gannon before that happens.
Very true. He's going to miss up for ball number 2. My apologies, ball 1. And there's ball number 2 outside. So Ryan is a disciplined batter up at the plate here, often looking to go to right field. And there he goes to the right side. But it's a lazy flare that Marc handles for out number 1.
Burley got that pitch inside just enough to jam up Roosh there. Roosh sets up as far back in the batter's box as possible, so it looks like the outside corner is open, but really he wants the ball in the outside corner so he can step into it and hit it to right field. He gets a little tied up on the inside because he's striding so towards the plate with his approach. Great pitch by Burley to sneak past Morris for strike 2.
And tries to gas him up there, but Will knows better.
It's a good pitch still.
I think Will could handle that too.
I totally agree, but that sets up something a little slower here from Burley, but he
gas him up a little bit again and get some swinging for out number 2.
Sometimes 66 can set up that slower pitch, but what 66 can also do is it can set up that 59 and get the chase, as it looks a lot slower than the previous. Great pitch
Scotty
there.
is here just beaming the strike zone.
He just flicked that one in there so casually, right at the bottom of the zone.
Speeds him up a little here. See if he tries to go about 57, 58, or if he tries to go slow. Knock off his timing. No, spikes that one.
He didn't finish that pitch. He's got to make sure he gets that backside through still.
Ooh.
Much better there. Yeah. Just bounced. The little tink we heard, but skipped on the mat.
Dove
first.
right in front of the plate.
Full count pitch. Leday hits one hard, and great effort by Flenty out there, and he gets it off his fingertips, but really tough catch. Good effort. Leday singles.
Yeah, anytime you can hold Leday to just a single, you've done a good job.
Yep, that is correct.
Man is an extra base hit machine.
Let's go take a quick peek at Leday's numbers and see how they compare to Hicks.
As Cody goes right side, that's going to move the runner from first to third. And the Cajuns have a little bit of a rally here in the bottom of the 4th as they've added 2 runs to keep the game alive. And they are threatening for more.
Leday came in at 423, just a little ahead of Hicks. On base percentage, 497, just a tiny bit behind Hicks. Slugging percentage, 737, so just a little worse. His OPS is about 1235. Still extremely solid.
Currently on the mound for the Vipers is recently acquired Scotty Burley, as someone in the chat asked.
Good take by Devlin there. The place you can get him sometimes is up high. He's tall and doesn't necessarily recognize that strike zone is a little lower sometimes.
It's going to work the count full.
Where taller hitters have an advantage here, as in different to Major League Baseball, where the strike zone is based on the batter. But here, the strike zone is a fixture. So the shorter batters have to deal with the bigger strike zone, and the bigger batters have trouble with that pitch down because it's technically below their knees if you can keep it on that low plane.
As Devlin rips that one. Oh, I thought
over the fence.
Dustin
Couldn't tell if he got it.
Yeah.
TikTok, come on over to Twitch. A 3-run bomb by Devlin Daniel to get the Cajuns back in. You're on TikTok. You don't even know what's going on right now. You got to get over to Twitch. You got to leave that Twitch app on your phone, search Premier Wiffle, and check out the amazing production we have here. 13-8, Matt Patricus.
Yep. They have sparked a fire in this Cajuns lineup, and you know what? I'm going to credit Sashi for that. He is the hype man. He showed up, and the offense is producing. As it looks like the Vipers are going to stick with Scott Burley here on the mound. There are 2 outs in the inning. He's probably got a pretty short leash from here on out. They just want to get through this inning. 1 more out will do it. As it is Casey Nielsen, who went yard last at bat, and he's going to bloop a single in there. Tom Gannon cuts it off from being a double.
A little 2-out single from Leday. It looked kind of harmless when it happened, but now all of a sudden they've got 3 more runs home. They're back in this game. They got another 2-out single. How long of a leash does Scott Burley have with this 5-run lead?
Well, I'm assuming that they're just going to let him finish this inning if he can, get the 1 more out, and then turn it over to either Tanik or Tom to finish out the game. As he throws ball 1 to Ryan Roosh. Roosh, again, looking to go to the right side. Just doesn't get all of that one and fouls it off. There it goes. Will he have a play? Oh! Dustin gets up there to knock that one back into play. It's going to be a dirty single.
I didn't think he had that one.
Instead of a two-run home run. Oh, he lined that one up very well.
That was a well-timed jump. That ball was definitely gone. I thought it was going to get over his hand anyways. But now all of a sudden, 2 on again.
That was textbook right there in the outfield. He found the wall, knew where he was at, found the ball again, and then just jumped up and swatted it back into play to hold that to just a single.
Burley, a lot more serious look on his face now than he did a few minutes ago.
Oh, he's up against Will Morris right now. Ooh, it gets Will chasing. A little hot pitch low and away as he fouls it off for strike number 2.
13-8 here, bottom of the 4th inning. Scott Burley laboring.
That's going to go out of play. Off the defender, that's going to be a 2-run or a 2-bagger. And it's going to advance Casey from second to home and Ryan from first to third as the Cajuns are rolling right now.
2-base error there. It's 8 straight guys on base right now.
Tanek going to the bullpen. He says, I've had enough. Let's get this third out. Get back in the dugout with the lead.
Oh, he's going to go to a new guy here. Marc
This is
Tavano.
Marc Tavano.
Tavano this season, this is his, nope.
I remember the Warbirds made this guy look really good on the mound in one of his first outings. Whatever he was throwing up there, for whatever reason, we couldn't hit it.
3 appearances, 3 1/3 innings, 3 hits and 5 walks and 6 strikeouts. He hasn't given up a run yet this season.
That's impressive. As it looks like Adam Tanek is inserting him on defense as well. So we're going to get our first look of Tavano on the mound and Tanek in the field. And Sausage Party no more, as PLO hotties have shown up on the container.
I don't know who that is. It's Caro?
It's Caro and Caro's friend. Not familiar with her either. But I'm sure she'll be around more often. As Andrew Leday is looking to do some damage here with runners in scoring position and 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Marc misses wide. As you can see, he's pitching carefully to Andrew.
Tying run is in the on-deck circle. Cody Runnels is that man in the on-deck circle. 2 quick balls to Leday.
Big cut there. He was looking to send that one over the wall.
He'll check down a little bit. He's one of the best in the league at changing his approach from 1 strike to 2 strikes.
Mm-hmm. That one's just going to stay outside and hot. It's going to fill the count up.
His chase rate is very low. Leday, Tavano's going to need a
That's
strike.
going to be low and hot.
Tying run is at the plate with them loaded. Big C run, Cody Runnels. First game with his new team in a big spot here against his Rookie of the Year counterpart. We cannot
This is
make
not a
this
matchup
stuff
I
up.
thought I'd see tonight.
Not
Vice
at
versa.
all.
With Cody at the plate. Ooh. He's going to have to reset himself after that big hack. He was looking to park that one over the container. Oh,
70
Marc gassed him
miles
up.
per hour. 70.
He knew he was in swing mode and just gassed him up.
But the Cajuns put up a 6 spot, get back in this game. It's 13-9. This has become a race to 15 at this point here, so the Cajuns are going to have to get their best pitcher on the mound if they want a chance to bat again. This might be a spot for Roosh right now, to be honest with you.
I agree with you, and it looks like they're over there discussing which route they want to go with, or which Roosh they want to go with. Looks like they're going to stick with Nathan here. And the Vipers are going to lead off with, was it Kenny McDowell? I believe is the leadoff batter, or the first batter of this inning, that is.
I'm not sure. That inning was pretty long. That inning for both teams was extremely long. That 4th inning, I believe, the score in that 4th inning was 6-6. I think, was it 7? No, it was 9. So it was 6-4 Cajuns in the fourth. So that was a long inning. A lot of pitchers used, several walkouts in this game already. Both teams are kind of down near one of their bottom arms, and they got Roosh left, though. So the Cajuns, I think they should go to, maybe they don't want to show Ryan to the other team before game 2 as well, with the hitting conditions we have here tonight.
Very true.
Although the wind is settling down at sunset here as usual. It seems to be pretty calm right now.
But you know the wind will be back.
Yeah, the light tier 2 breeze still blowing out to right and right center. Kenny McDowell has a home run this game.
He swings under that. Bit of a riser from Nathan there.
That low riser is an extremely effective pitch. It's a little difficult to execute, but if you can get that ball to start near the bottom and kind of rise up to the middle, you get a lot of swings and misses. Kenny down 0-2.
So, Chad, there is a fan asking about what happens if all the pitchers walk out. Well, that won't happen.
The last pitcher has immunity from that rule. So a lot of times when you get to the end, we used to have only 6- and 7-man rosters, 5 seasons ago. So that came into play a lot, and you had to make sure that you had a guy that was last that could pitch. Because there's a few guys in this league that can't throw at all, as McDowell swings through a high fastball from Nathan Roosh, one quick out. So if you had a guy that was, we'll say, ranked 5 out of 10 and a guy ranked 2 out of 10, you had to go with that 2 out of 10 second to last, because you couldn't put him out at the end to just
walk the game over.
Yes, we saw it happen a couple times. Spencer Barrick, way back in season 1, had to come out as the last arm, and I believe he gave up like 9 straight hits and walks, and that game went to 15. It's happened a couple more times. We had Joe Kuther out there one night, forced to pitch way more than he needed to.
Michael Dean fouls that one low for strike 2. So Nathan has, so far, been a bounce back inning. He's throwing strikes.
He likes that step across pitch there. He's executed it. It seems like he's come with a screwball when he's done that.
In off the hands, pop up to second base, and it's handled by Nielsen for the second out of the inning.
Good pitch by Nathan there. But now Hicks is up, and he can't walk it off. But Tanek on deck can, so you got to attack Hicks here. A solo home run isn't the end of the world.
That's going to be a spinner. Ooh, Casey stumbles not once, but twice. That's going to be low.
Shorts it, and now Tanek can walk it off.
That was a very heads-up play, though, for Casey to know that he wasn't going to be able to make that throw and just dish it off to his pitcher, who probably had more time than he thought he did, but just turned and whipped it and kept it low, short of the strike zone. And it's going to bring up Tanek with the opportunity to walk it off here as the away team.
Yeah, Nathan's got to put a little bit more care into that throw. He's only, 35, 40 feet away from that backstop. He's got to hit it.
Ooh, that low
riser
pitch.
again, yeah. Really excellent
That's
location
such a tough
there.
pitch.
Doesn't look like a strike at any point coming in.
Ball game.
That error
Tanek
proves
just walks it
costly
off.
as Tanek, as you predicted, it hits his 3rd home run of the game. Adam Tanek looking to show big tonight, and if somebody wants to catch Buck Burner for Player of the Week, they're going to have to keep this effort going. Tanek walks it off, 15-9 Vipers. Game 1 in the books. Look for Ryan Roosh on the mound in Game 2. Look for Adam Tanek on the mound for Game 2. Myself, Chad Phillips, Matt Patricus. We'll be back in 10 seconds.
All right, PLW Nation, we are back after an exciting Game 1 that saw the Sandvipers just have their way in the first 3 innings on offense, putting up 13 runs through 4 innings, and they were holding the Cajuns offense down to only 3 runs, and then the Cajuns exploded in the bottom of the 4th to bring it to a 13-9 game. But in the top of the 5th inning, the Vipers were just too much. Their bats came to play today, and Adam Tanek hit his third home run to walk it off and get the Game 1 victory for his squad.
Yeah, Game 2, about 2 or 3 minutes here. Both managers over there changing their lineups around a little bit. We're going to have, as I said, Adam Tanek on the mound. Roosh, you going?
We're anticipating Ryan Roosh to be the starter here. He's generally their Game 1 starter, but was running late and not able to make it.
I can't tell if Roosh is throwing still.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they've made any indication of who will be on the mound. And we don't have access to our umpire.
Roosh, you throwing? Ryan.
Wonderful. Confirmation. Ryan Roosh will be on the mound for the Cajuns, facing Adam Tanek on the mound for the Sandvipers.
A couple of
It's going to be a good matchup.
It is going to be a good matchup, and we just saw 25 runs of that game there, 24 runs. We'll see if these two pitchers can settle these offenses down. Wind has died down just a little bit. It's still got some pretty light air out here tonight. I think air pressure is almost just as important as wind sometimes, and it feels like the air is pretty thin out here today. The ball's just kind of ripping through it, and any fly ball is just carried out of here. I think we had 10 home runs that game.
Oh, there was, this 10 sounds about right. 6 between the two batters, Hicks and Tanek. And then I know Tavano had one. The Cajuns had a few.
McDowell had one. There was probably 13 home
Yeah.
runs in that first game. Yep.
For sure.
So we had some fireworks out here at Hideaway Field Live. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Look at that. What a sight. That is a beautiful sight right there. The container is full. It's a beautiful Friday night for some wiffle ball here in Las Vegas.
It certainly is, as Roosh jumps out on the mound, takes some warm-up pitches. I'm going to go see if I can get a drink for us, Maddie, so take over for a minute.
Sounds good. Looks like we have over 150,000 points going on the Sandvipers here. 145,000. 2-1 favorite. Just about. They are a 2.5 run favorite this matchup. And that feels about right for the way the bats are swinging. If they can get hot against Ryan Roosh here, I can see them winning by 3 runs. I think that's where I would be putting my points, but I don't want to lean anybody one way or the other. I know how you guys tear up these announcers that put their picks in. I'm not going to be that guy, though I think I just was. As Chad is getting the lineups, because there are some changes to the batting orders. Ryan says he's ready.
So
Umpires might not be ready.
One little developing note for Game 2 here is Tom Gannon has been taken out of the lineup and Scott Burley has been inserted. Tom's been struggling a little at the plate, and as I mentioned before this broadcast started, Tanek is not afraid to change guys around and do what he thinks is fit to give his team the best shot to win here. And Tom has been taken out of the lineup. He'll still be playing left field. Remember, the lineup is not dependent on defense at all, so he can play defense, and every player will be eligible in the playoffs for defense. You're going to have to play 20 games pitching or hitting to qualify to be eligible to pitch or hit in the playoffs.
So you can't be a defensive specialist and make the playoff roster. You have to get at bats.
No, every single player on every single team is defensive eligible in the playoffs.
Okay.
To be able to pitch or hit, you must have 20 games played in the season, and you earn a game played by throwing a pitch or getting an at-bat.
All right. Learned something new tonight. As ball 1 is thrown. Ryan's looking for his special ball. Tells his ball guy to dig in the bottom of the bucket and find it. See how this ball treats him. Not very well, as Hicks hits his 4th home run. Easy shot to the right center field. Probably about 120.
Probably a little more than that, actually. It's just crushed. Just such natural power from this guy. A monster. He's going to get his on-base percentage up to 550 tonight, the way things look. And he's really making an MVP case here tonight. And he certainly has time still with 5 weeks to go after tonight to get that push that he needs, as a couple of the, Dodos has missed some games, and a couple of the other big guys are struggling. Guys like Briner, really slow start this season, so that MVP race is kind of open still.
Well, Briner's slow start is due to a broken hand.
Yeah, all right. Well, it sounds like an excuse. No, Briner's a monster out there. It looks like Ryan Chen's probably the favorite right now for MVP. He's had a big two-way season. He threw a perfect game a couple weeks ago, hit 7 home runs the week before that.
Yeah, he's setting records in the league, and that's always a good thing for an MVP candidacy. So Ryan's going to leave that one high to Tanek for ball number 2. Tanek hits that one down the first baseline. That's going to be a fair ball right inside the pylon for a single.
Good piece of hitting by Tanek there. It started down the line, foul. It came back just enough to sneak inside that pylon. If it nicks that pylon in any way, it's a foul ball. Tanek had the right English on it. He's on first base. First 2 guys on for the Vipers. Ryan Rusch's ERA might be in for a little bit of a shocking here tonight.
Yeah, the conditions have warmed up. The ball's flying a lot better than it was in the colder months of the season. And the offenses are starting to show themselves.
He's going to need that pitch right there that you just saw him execute. Starts way out in that left-handed batter's box and grabs that outside corner.
That one's going to miss low and away. It's going to even the count at 2s. Oof, chest right off his chest. Knocks it down, gets down for the... That's going to be a double play. Wow.
Big for the Cajuns there. You know, there's going to be some runs tonight. It's all about limiting the runs. If Rusch can give up 5 or 6 here over 5 innings, and that's a good sign the Cajuns can win this game. Rusch trying to claim he dropped that on purpose so he could turn the double play. I'm not sure I'm buying that one.
I'm sold. He throws a nice little 50-mile-an-hour slider on the outside half of the strike zone for strike number 2.
Sounds good, Kyle.
Ooh. And he gets him fishing to end the inning. But the Vipers do add 1 run off of the solo home run by Justin Hicks, his 4th of the night.
All right, so we'll announce the trade after the bottom of the first inning. So one
trade,
more half inning, and we will announce probably the final trade of this season. There's still trade deadline. Still got another 4.5 hours. It's possible something else could happen. Trade talks have kind of fizzled out over the last couple days, though. There's been a few moves, but there was one pretty large trade made today, and we'll get to that one in about 5 minutes here after we watch Tanek throw the first inning.
Do we have an envelope? Is there like a big super secret? Like, that's how Trench does it. I guess Trench isn't in the booth tonight, so we don't have the big announcement.
We have a graphic, which I think is
okay.
is more advanced than an envelope. Or
for the viewers watching without audio. All right. I like it. As Adam Tanek is taking his last few warm-up pitches. Tanek has not been pitching as much this season, mostly because he hasn't been around. He took about a month-long hiatus.
Well, he came back that night against the Vaders when he made his entrance WWE style from center field, and he threw 9 innings that night, coming straight off of a plane from another country. He threw 9 innings that night, and they won that series, the Vipers. I believe that's the only series they've won
since his return
in April. I think I could be wrong. They started off pretty hot, and they're 18-18 now. I think that's the only series they've won in the last month.
And Leday follows it up with a home run off the scoreboard. Both leadoff batters going yard to lead off this game.
Not wasting any time. Andrew Leday trying to keep pace with Justin Hicks, and it's going to be a tough task tonight, but he ties the game up and equals Hicks's first inning magic with a leadoff home run to start his Cajuns off. It's 1-1.
And there's some momentum for the locker room, for the dugout. And who's the next batter here?
Rusch.
Ryan Rusch should have known. He's usually in that 2-hole.
See how far away from the plate he is. I started talking about it last game.
Yeah, that's the Henry Rowengarter.
Yeah, he
batting stance.
And believe it or not, he's looking for the ball out.
Boom.
Out in front of that one a little bit as Tanek pulls the string on him a little bit there. Let's see if Tanek comes back with something a little harder on this pitch.
A little harder, but Ryan lays off.
Good discipline by Roosh.
He's got his brain dar turned on tonight.
Brain dar.
Something I like to refer to when I take a pitch that's 56. Just say I knew it. I had my brain dar on. Boom. Takes that to the right side underneath the dive of Tavano. That's going to be a single for Ryan Roosh.
And just like the Vipers, home run single. Let's see if they can turn the double play here to continue to mirror this top of the first.
Yeah, Tanek's got to look out. He's going to take one off the chest.
Cody quite capable of hitting one off of his chest.
That one stays up. It's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls and a strike as Tanek has lost his command a little here. And that's going to be ball 4. And he's going to instantly pull himself and go to Tom Gannon. He faced the 3-batter minimum. And he says, all right, I don't have it. Let's go to Tom and shut him down.
Tom only threw 2 innings in the first game. They had that luxury with the big 8-run lead. They were able to pull him and save him. Tom taking no warm-up pitches here, ready to go.
He's been doing that a lot.
Yeah.
He might throw 1, but he doesn't take his full allotted time. He keeps the game moving. And Devlin drives that one to center, but that's going to hold in the ballpark as Dustin grabs it for out number 1.
Good play out there by Flinty. Smooth. 1 out. And Casey had a big home run last game to get his team right back in the game.
See what Tom has in store for him this at bat, as Tom has a plethora of pitches. He's got probably about 11 or 12 different pitches that he can throw for strikes. Sometimes runs into the case of, what do I throw now? Because he has too many options. But he's done a pretty good job as Casey steps out on him, as Tom was too much in a groove. Yeah, Tom's been narrowing his pitch selection down to about 4 or 5 different pitches a night instead of trying to use all his tricks. That looked like a little finger changeup. He's going to go third to second for a double play. 4:99 on the clock. And the other umpires confirmed they also had below 5 seconds. So that's going to kill the Cajun rally and keep the score at 1-1.
A little bit of a different order, but the first innings were extremely similar.
Very much so. Leadoff home run, single, and then an eventual double play.
So do we want to get to this trade now, or do we want to make them wait longer?
I don't know. Do they want to hear about the trade? Let's see what the chat wants. We might have to hold it off a little bit. Tease them.
I kind of like that. Make them
As
wait
I
a
knock over the
little bit
mic.
longer. Build up this viewership. We got to get over 500 viewers before we do the trade. We only got 496.
Well, how many we got on TikTok? If you're on TikTok, come on over to Twitch. It's right there on the screen. Twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. You'll get multiple camera angles and commentary. I'm Matt Petricus alongside Chad Phillips here in the booth tonight on a beautiful Friday. We got fans in the stands. We got great action on the field. Get over here to Twitch. You're going to love it.
Yeah, multiple cameras, and just a fantastic overall production. And you get away from looking at that one little view. Here's Michael Dean in the 5-hole, moved up as Scotty Burley has taken Gannon's spot in the lineup, and he will hit 6th. Roll back to Hicks. Dean, Burley, Hicks.
Boom. Whew. Looked like Dean was right on it, but just swung a little under that riser. As he falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes. As Roosh tries to figure out which direction the wind is blowing. And I guess he uses it to his advantage. He dives a slider down on Mike Dean's feet, and he gets some chasing. Here is Scott Burley getting his first at-bat of the evening as he watches ball 1 outside.
Seems like a small overreaction to me taking Tom out of the lineup and getting Burley in there. Tom is a monster wiffle ball player. He is struggling a little right now. Maybe Adam's trying to send him a little message, I guess. But Burley is not the hitter that Tom is. But he's done a good job of taking 3 pitches from Roosh right here, and a walk is just what the doctor ordered for the Vipers.
Yeah, and originally with Ryan Roosh slated to pitch game 1 tonight, Tom Gannon was in the 6th hole. So I wonder if there's something going on with Tom not seeing the ball well against Ryan.
Yeah, you might be right about that. Yeah, because Adam did plan on batting Gannon in 6th against Roosh, moved him up to the 3 or 4 hole when he realized the day was starting, and now Roosh is getting the start. And you're right, Gannon's been just straight pulled from the lineup, so could be a matchup.
We got a full count here with 1 out. And Ryan Roosh gets him looking. He came back to the backstop to find that ball. And then he proceeds to strike him out with it.
Yeah. He talked about the strikeout a little bit too, I think, if I can hear him hollering out there.
Here's the dangerous Justin Hicks, already with 4 home runs on the night. Hey. That was my ball. So Ryan always has the chatter going out here on the field, trying to spark some entertainment.
Hicks not offering it any pitches out of the zone here tonight, and the results of 4 home runs through 6 or 7 plate appearances are speaking for themselves.
As he fouls that one off to even the count at 2s. So you can see the defense is lined up straight up. Outfielders in the gaps. That looked like a good pitch from up here, but again, can't see the strike zone from up here in the booth. Must have missed high.
You know where else you can't see the strike zone from?
Where's that?
TikTok.
Oh, that is not true.
You can't really see the strike zone because you're getting a different camera angle on Twitch. You're getting it from the center field, so you can actually see the ball coming into the strike zone. You're just kind of getting a glimpse from behind.
Actually, that's going to be ball 4. I guess that's good.
First walk for Roosh. Good job by Hicks to draw it. Roosh is going to have to stay on the mound here if he wants his Cajuns to hang around in this game. He is definitely their best pitcher this season.
Now he has to face the always dangerous Adam Tanek with a runner on. Not an ideal spot. I know I don't want to be in this spot when I'm on the mound. Could be worse, though. It's just a runner on first with 2 outs.
Oof.
As Tanek and Roosh exchange sounds back and forth as Tanek really wanted to hit that one over the wall. No talking in the backswing, please.
He's talking in his own backswing.
Is that a verbal obstruction? Tanek fouls that one off.
Good late swing there. Tanek seeing the ball a lot better tonight than he has been the past couple of weeks.
That's going to hold up, but it's going to be hot at 57. I thought that ball was going to be in the dirt. As Roosh is accusing Justin Hicks at first base of calling out his pitches. Maybe he's just become predictable on the mound. You got to mix it up, Ryan. So we did tease the trade announcement. We did not get to it quite yet as Tanek hits that one up the middle left side.
Oh, it's so frustrating. You as a pitcher, you think you got it, you put your hand out, and you're like, why did that not hit my hand? It got under it somehow. It's so tricky to stab those bouncers back up the middle, and the Vipers have 2 on with 2 out here, looking to jump out to a lead here after a 15-9 Mercy game number 1.
So we will be looking to announce this trade in the bottom of the 2nd inning. So fairly soon, you're going to hear big news, players on the move on this trade deadline day, week 13 of the PLW season
4. Let's get some more TikTokers over here to Twitch. One more call out. We got so many people watching there on TikTok. If you are on TikTok, just get the Twitch app on your phone. Search Premier Wiffle on Twitch. You'll see the live broadcast pop up, and you'll see an amazing production. You will not be disappointed. Tavano waves. Not a very good swing on the first pitch there. We go to 1 and 2. Hicks on second. Tanek on first.
Tavano sending them all home. as he hits that one over the Hollis tree in left center field, putting 3 more runs up on the board for the Sandvipers as they now lead 4-1 here in the top of the second.
Tavano making his Rookie of the Year case here tonight, looking to get some separations from guys like Runnels and Morris and Eder, and he's doing so as of this moment.
Right now, he does have the upper hand head-to-head versus Cody Runnels. As Kenny watches that slider in there for strike number 2. And waves at the strike 3 to finish the inning. And is it time now?
No, after the second inning.
After
we got
the second.
3 more outs, and then we'll do the trade
goodness.
officially. And I see a comment there that the camera work is on point. Let me tell them why the cameraman
Please do.
is on point. Because that's Trevor Bauer up there running Skycam tonight. And Trevor Bauer is the man, and he has been working hard on his Skycam craft the last 2 seasons, and he has pretty much mastered it. He's perfected it. He's putting on, he's telling a story up there with his camera, and he's really giving all you viewers a great glimpse into PLW here.
I mean, week to week, the production just gets better. Just more we do it, the better we get at it. Practice makes perfect. Pretty soon you're going to be seeing more camera angles, I'm sure.
Yeah, we had a nice little, I watched a couple of innings from a season 0 game on the other night, and the production was a little different. Yeah, a little different at that point. GK has come in and really cleaned up our production out here. Morris fouls off the first pitch from Gannon. Gannon comes back with that drop pitch, late swing from Morris. Smart. Looked like it probably was going to hit the pan. He gets to see another. See what Gannon comes with. Gannon working quickly here tonight. Slider just misses.
I don't know if I could watch that pitch if I'm down in the count 0-2. Swings at that inside pitch, fouls it off.
Buzzes manager of the Warbirds, Chris Warfield over there, who's our first base umpire. Third base umpire is Alec Hutt. We got Gio Battistoni up here on the clock you see on your screen. The Lomans, Kyle and Jen down in the dungeon. Trevor Bauer up on Skycam. And myself, Sparkles Phillips, and the All-American Matt Patricus here up in the booth.
I still don't know where that Sparkles came from. It just popped up about 2 months ago.
Yeah, I said sparkling play by somebody, and then the whole chat just started going, Sparkles!
I love it. Yeah, this chat is relentless. They will get on you. Morris fouls off another one. This is quite an at-bat he's putting together. 2-2 for the 4th straight pitch now.
Who was traded will be announced as soon as this inning is over.
And that's going to go up the middle, but Tavano gets a hand on it, knocks it down, and makes the throw to the backstop to record the out.
Tavano throwing the ball a lot better than he was at the beginning of the season. He's learned how to command that ball from second base. It's definitely not the easiest throw when you're rushing and you know that clock is running and you're 65 feet away from the backstop. That wiffle ball will definitely dive to the ground on you if you don't hold it correctly with those holes. Tom really falling in love with that high drop pitch. I haven't seen that much of that this season, I feel.
Hey, he's got
a 12-pitch repertoire.
Pitches,
he picks 3 different ones every night. He's like, I'm going to use these 3 tonight.
As long as they're working, he'll throw them. Oh, Ladego's Oppo right into the lap of Nick Sansone, who makes a catch and is not a fan. He does not want the ball. Immediately throws it back.
Lede, I just asked him down on the sideline if he was trying to keep pace with Justin Hicks tonight, and he said, I can't do that. I'm not a home run hitter. Well, Andrew, welcome to your second home run of game number 2, and your Cajuns are only down by 2 here, 4-2.
And halfway to Hicks' mark for home runs tonight, so he can't keep up. So Ryan Roosh will be the next batter here for the Cajuns. And there it is again.
You don't have to worry about changing camera angles. We're going to change them for you here.
Yeah, that's our job.
Yeah,
we'll take care of it.
You'll get the best camera angle possible at all times.
Roosh chases that slider in the dirt for the strikeout. It's going to bring, is it Cody Runnels is the next batter? It is indeed. Still looking to make a big impact with his new team here tonight. Wow, that pitch is so filthy. That thing turned twice and dropped. That is why Tom Gannon is probably the favorite for Cy Young at the moment, competing neck to neck with the Vaders knuckleball specialist Billy Santiwan. They got to be the two front runners for the Cy Young. And guess what time it is, Chad? It's the bottom. We're done with the second inning. It's time to announce this trade.
Yeah, I'm not in the booth for the trade announcement. I'm over here.
And Chad does not want to be present in the booth during the trade announcement, but we're going to do it. Let's get this trade announced. Here we go. As you can see on your screen right now, the Night Owls have acquired Kyle Lohman from the Lightning in exchange for Jake Slusher, a pitcher and infielder, a second-round pick, which was the Cajuns pick originally that the Night Owls had acquired in a previous trade, cash considerations, and the cherry on the top of the trade, I think this one made the trade, is that Nick has agreed to meet Chad's Turtles. That is definitely icing on the cake. And let's go back to the field here as the game is continuing. And let's ask Chad real quick about this trade, but let's not hold up the action on the game. Let's just say, so you traded Kyle Lohman to the Night Owls. What is your thought about the return of Slusher and a second-round pick here?
Well, Slusher hasn't had a chance yet in Premier League Wiffle. He was on a very deep Vaders team, and he had some potential on the mound, it looked like. Just never really got to show it, and now with the Night Owls, it's no different. He's played a little bit of second base and thrown an inning or two, but he needs a chance. I need a pitcher. Kyle doesn't want to play with me anymore, so I'm gonna grant him his wishes and move him along to a Night Owls team and try and rebuild a little bit. I got 4 picks now in the draft and look to improve. We should have a really strong class coming out in the draft in June. As you see Dean working a good at bat here. It's 2-2. Fouls another one off. Yeah, it was the Turtles that really sent me over. Nick has refused to meet my Turtles for the last 6 months, so he had to throw that in the deal.
So you're getting a lot of Cody Runnels just sticks his paw out there and airmails it, but what a play to knock that ball down initially. That was a laser up the middle. I was calling it a hit before it even got past Cody.
No, it just turns into an error after. Man, he made a great play on that ball. Didn't finish the play there. Going to bring up Scott Burley.
So this is a trade that it looks like it has surprised the chat. A lot of people did not see the Owls being in play for Kyle Lohman. And looks like a lot of people thinking you might have not got the better end of that trade. But time will have to tell. We'll have to see what that second-round draft pick turns into. The draft is supposed to be full of ball players. More people are learning about the league here in Las Vegas. More people are interested. And it's reached softball fields. There's chatter out there at the softball fields. Some of these guys are going to try to come out and audition, try out for the PLW, and hope to get drafted by a team here in next couple months when the draft occurs.
Yeah, the softball scene here in Vegas is a little stale with Big League Dreams kind of controlling all of the softball action. It's like a little tricky. They've raised prices big time down there. They charge big time money for the umps. Just to step on the property, you got to pay $5 every time.
Oh, wow.
So it's Big League Dreams isn't really won the favor of many players out here, and the softball community's it's pretty small here, really, in Vegas. A lot of guys know each other out there. So, yeah, it's the word's getting around as the legends, basically all softball players, they came into this league in Season 1 as a bunch of softball players, and you could tell.
Wow.
59.
I thought that pitch was 2 feet outside and it tinged, but it was 59. Dodos was not traded. There is no Dodos trade to be announced. Not going to happen.
Not gonna do it. Yes, and you guys, I see asking about Purdy and Bruce Huson. They're going nowhere. They are my cornerstone of the Lightning. We're going to try and build through those two guys and see if we can get back on the right foot.
So Microwave asked if we put up housing for out-of-town players. That would be up to that player's manager. They might be able to work out some kind of agreement where they fly them in and house them. I know that there have been a few players in the past that managers on teams needing their star player have sweetened the deal with saying, hey, I'll get you a plane ticket. Come on out for this series kind of deal.
Yeah, Nick has taken really good care of Randy Dalby over the past 6 months, 8 months, and who can blame him?
Stanek takes a big cut at that up and in pitch. Swings through it for strike number 2 to even the count. He's got a runner in scoring position here. You know he wants to drive it in. He's going to watch that one come up short as Ryan has a full count here and 1 walk this game.
Trench, put your phone away up there. Watch the game.
Trench is watching the game on his phone.
Right.
He's listening to the broadcast.
He's at the game, though, and the broadcast is 30 seconds behind on the container. It's awkward.
Will he get there? Cody, I saw he got a hand on it. I know he trapped it, but did it ever get to the wall?
It bounced first. He got a hand on it after it hit the ground.
So, dirty single.
No.
They're calling that a dirty single.
No, that bounced
No.
first. That bounced first for sure.
It looked like it landed, and then he...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Clean. That's definitely clean.
Oh, yeah.
Short, yeah. It's short-hopped.
Alec Hutt, our first time out here umpiring tonight. We got him down on the third baseline now, and he was out there. He saw that well, made a good call. Clearly, the ball hit the ground first. It's going to make the single clean versus dirty and give that guy on second 2 bases instead of just 1. Sandvipers add on to their lead. It's 5-2. Roosh just needs 1 more out to get out of this.
Bounced right back with a nasty slider on the outside corner. And comes with it again.
Really nice by Roosh. Roosh.
Coming through in the clutch a little bit there. He needed to get the out, keep the inning from getting out of control, and he did just that. As Tom Gannon is going to take the mound again. He's going to go back out for the bottom of the 3rd inning. This will be his 5th inning of the night as he came in relief in the 1st inning of this game after only pitching 2 last game. So there's a lot of chatter about the trade going on. It's going by too quickly for me to see it.
Yeah, it's tough to keep up with the chat here tonight as usual. Got a rowdy Twitch... Yeah, that was a tongue twister. Rowdy Twitch crowd. Gannon to Daniel.
And we got some PLO players up on the container spreading rumors. J-Dub says Mateo to the Snappers. So we have, 3.5 hours, 4 hours for trades to happen. Midnight deadline. It's Tavano.
Good play there. Ball.
Bats someone up to himself, finds it in the air, grabs it, and throws out the batter, Devlin. We're going to see Casey Nielsen step up to the plate here. Tom starts him off with that big hooking drop ball. Michael Dean scoops it up and makes the throw for the 2nd out of the inning as Tom just continues to cruise along here on the mound. But now he has the dangerous, powerful Will Morris.
Hit a couple of home runs in game number 1.
He's been doing it all recently. Let's watch this out one miss high.
As the wind kind of picks back up a little bit out here, I feel like it's blowing into us now. It's hard to tell sometimes.
It has been changing direction the past few nights out here. It does feel like it's blowing in at us as that one's rolled over to Tavano, and he makes the throw to the center of the backstop in a quick 1-2-3 inning for Tom Gannon and the Sandvipers as they will be coming into bat now, and it looks like they're still going to be facing Ryan Roosh, last man out of the dugout, gathering his warm-up balls.
3 quick ground balls there for Gannon. Really strong inning, keeping the ball down, using that drop pitch a lot, keeping his slider low. And Tom, making this Cy Young push right now. And if he can get through a night like this where all the pitchers are struggling and he is dealing, that's how you really take charge in that Cy Young race. I'm going to say he's the favorite now. I'm going to say he's past Santiwan, and he's a slight favorite to get that award.
I'm going to have to agree with you. I haven't looked at the numbers recently, but I know that Billy I don't know if he got roughed up, but he got hit around a little bit, gave up a few runs, more than he usually does,
Look at
1
this
or 2.
gorgeous sunset here
Holy
tonight.
moly.
Unbelievable.
What a view. That is fantastic. That's what you get out here in the PLW in Las Vegas. A mountain sunset. As Ryan Roosh toes the rubber and Kenny McDowell's in the box, ready to roll.
It's about 85 degrees right now here. It's just gorgeous outside. Very light wind, kind of swirling.
Dropping slider in on his hand. He swings over it for strike number 2.
Oh, Big Al's going to get me 2 turtles for Bruce. What a guy.
He's going to trade you.
two turtles for Bruce.
Oh, sounds like a pretty good deal.
I can probably get their second round pick, too,
I don't know about that.
Bruce is pretty good.
Bruce is pretty good, but come on, turtles.
Oh, yeah. Good pitch by Roosh, finding that outside top bar.
I see you, heroic Bison. Yeah, the Warbirds were pretty proud of that series sweep last night also. Ooh.
That was a sling from Roosh there.
That was
totally
funky.
Yeah, it was. I like the mixing it up and on 0-2 there, showing Dean something he hasn't seen before. But Dean has got a good bat to ball. Not on that one, though. That low pitch again. Roosh sneaks it in there. Dean frozen.
This week getting a pinch hitter announcement.
For Burley. Dustin Flinty pinch hitting in the 6th hole for Scott Burley. I like this move here. See what Dustin can do. I could have got Dustin for Lohman, too. I had a lot of different players, secondary players as options. Harley was an option. JT Church was an option. But I like the wild card of Slusher. It hasn't really been seen out here. Sashi with a...
Sashi tracks that one down. Flare into right field, right beyond the first base bag.
Sashi's a cat out there in the field. He moves really well. The one thing that he may have a smaller problem with, he's got such long legs, getting down on those hard ground balls and protecting that 5-hole. A little tricky, but anything that pops up and he has to range for, he has got long legs and quick reaction times, and he's a little cat out there.
Hey, Dubs, it took me 9 innings to mention it. So I'll let it go.
Yeah,
Focusing on this game, but just wanted a quick shout out to my Warbirds fans out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just acknowledging some of the chat, and that's there's a turtle right there. Yeah.
And there's a Chad Turtle Phillips.
That graphic's getting old. We need a new one. I'll have to lie on. I'll have to lie in right field next week.
No, we just need new pictures. You're on the ground every week, on the mound or at shortstop. As Lede rolls over on that one, and Tom's able to knock it down on the mound and make the play. That's going to be a quick out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Game 2 really settled in here now. Both pitchers kind of finding their way.
The sun is set. The wind has died down. The ball is not getting up in the air and flying out of here anymore. But they're also...
Dreaded dribbler off the plate. Gannon back-to-back comebackers. 2 quick outs for him in the 4th.
They're also not hitting the ball in the air as much this game. There's a lot of ground ball action this game.
Tanik's in the field. He is that him in left? Yeah, Tanik is playing left now. Hicks at short, Dean at 3rd, Tavano at 2nd, and Flinty out in
For
right.
the Cajuns right now, you have to lock in on Tom. He's been throwing that first pitch, big drop. Oh, see ya, wiffle ball. That thing was directly in center field and hooked right over the Cheers Beauty sign.
Cody Runnels got all of that one. One of the best hits of his PLW career there. Straight barrel, just ripped it out of here. Cajuns cut into that deficit, 5-3 now.
And as we just mentioned that the ball is not flying out of here quite the same it was in game 1. Boom, laser home run. 5-3 now in favor of the Vipers.
That was a big swing from Cody there. He swung about as hard as he could there and got perfect barrel on that ball. Tom left that drop pitch up just a touch there, and Cody made him pay.
Devlin swings through that outside pitch, chasing a little bit. As he falls behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Has that high one. Devlin has a lot of trouble laying off. It just never really started recognizing how tall he is, and those pitches in baseball that might be strikes at, the letters are just below are up here in Wiffle. So see if he can make that adjustment going forward here tonight. Tom clearly knows what he's trying to do against him.
Tom watches film. Tom knows all these batters. It's part of the reason why he's effective on the mound with so many different pitches. He knows what batters can handle, what they don't like, what they do like, and he pitches away from what they do like.
Yeah, this is a very exaggerated league. Your strengths are extremely strong, and your weaknesses become extremely, liabilities. And you got to find a way to, as a manager, put your players in spots where they can succeed and try and keep them out of those spots where they're going to struggle. And a lot of matchups, as you see, Tom Gannon not getting a start against Roosh this game. That's kind of what Adam's trying to do and find the best matchup. Burley didn't have a couple good at-bats. He gives Flinty a chance there. And look for Gannon to maybe get that last at-bat later in the game if this gets a little closer.
Yeah, I expect Gannon to get at least one at-bat here. He's too good of a hitter to not get in the lineup, especially in a close game.
Well, that's 6 holes up 6th right now and then 12th. So there's 2 innings left here. They might only roll through that spot in the lineup one more time.
And I guarantee if there's a runner on base when that spot comes up, it's going to be Tom Gannon.
I'm gonna agree with that. I think they do go to Tom in a big spot. How can you not? He's a professional wiffle ball player.
The 29-time champion?
Well, he'd be like a 58-time champion if it wasn't for Dalby. But it seems like they come back every time and say, "Oh, Dalby beat us again."
Hard ground. Man, Dalby, he done did it.
They finally get Hicks out on a ground ball back to Roosh.
Yeah, that's actually kind of big news tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if Hicks has made it out previous to that.
Oh, that was a hanger, and Tanek missed it, and he knows it.
Thing looked like it was shaking a little back and forth on its approach to the mound, or to the plate.
Yeah, I think Roos was shaking after he let that one go. Great pitch by Roos. Had some hard slide whip on it, late break, but Tanek extremely.
And look at this huge trade announcement in the chat. I don't believe it. I think that might be, oh, it is Alex. He's clowning us right now. Was Tanek swing straight through it.
Good
that
pitching.
Ball dropped right below his bat.
Yeah, no small task from Roosh there, getting both Hicks and Tanek to start off this 5th inning. Cajuns only down by 2 here. They lost game 1. They're going to have to keep this close if they want to tie this series up. Tavano hits a hard one, and Sashi just can't get down in time. Tough play. It's going to go as a single.
He was down. He just whiffed on it.
Yep.
His coordination a little bit off there when he's leaving his feet to drop down. He's swinging a miss with his left hand.
He's so lanky, it has to play in just a little bit. He's got some really long arms and some large hands, and he's very good at catching pop-ups. Those grounders are still new to him.
And that pitch is in there for strike number 2 as Kenny swings below it. And swings through that for strike 3. You know what? I recently heard there's a washer-dryer combo. It is one machine does both jobs. Now, that's a washer-dryer I'd be interested in. I don't know if it's a good enough return for Alex and Mateo, but that's one heck of a machine.
Might have to throw in some linen sheets with it to make it fair.
As we are going to the bottom of the 5th inning now, the Cajuns looking to make something happen here. They're trailing 5-3. And I believe they're going to have Andrew Leday leading off.
Yep.
Could be wrong.
Tanek started this game. He threw to exactly 3 batters. I don't think he got one of them out. He might have got one of them out.
I don't think he did.
I
think it went home run, single, walk.
I think that's right. And then they went right to Gannon, and he gave up 1 hit, I believe, to make that 2. Cody Runnels hit a solo bomb to make it 3, but otherwise Gannon's been in complete control.
And they're going to have Casey Nielsen leading off here in the bottom of the 5th. He's going to swing under that riser.
Tom living on that high, like sliding riser that's just tough to square up. He has so many pitches that drop that when he throws one that rises, it's a tricky adjustment.
That is a foul tip into the zone. With 2 strikes, the batter has 2 opportunities to foul it into the strike zone. The first one is dropped by the catcher. The second one is caught by the catcher, and the batter would be out. Just going to swing under that heat. Wow, that was only 56. It looked like it was 60 from up here. Tom's really good at manipulating that, the speed on the ball. He's got that finger changeup.
he's very good at getting the ball to speed up from the mound to the plate, where most pitchers are pitching and the ball is losing a little speed as it approaches the plate. So it looks awfully hittable.
Will Morris with another laser shot, but Tavano is able to get a hand on it and hold it to a single. That ball was most likely going to be an automatic double straight to the wall. And I know you're not doing what you're doing. As Lede is now up with the runner on first base. And he sends that one to dead center field. Will it have enough? And it does!
Tie ball game! Lede's third of the game, and he ties it up at 5 here in the bottom of the 5th.
He claims he's not a home run hitter, yet he comes out and hits 3 home runs through 1.5 games here this evening. He's got probably 8 at-bats left in him tonight. He's going to be shooting for a few more.
Matt, you can add any adjective you want in front of that word hitter with Andrew Lede, and you pick a word and you put it in front, and it's going to be right because he is just the best overall bat-to-ball guy in this league. And that's saying something with guys like Hicks and Dodos and Briner and Tanek and Hewson and a bunch of really, really good players. Chen and Couts. Ibarra.
So Tom threw that high Chen music to Ryan there and then set him up maybe? Went outside and got him chasing?
He's going to come back inside here, I think.
Oh, stays outside and
Wow.
55.
That's a quick 55, Matt. Tom really got that ball working for him here tonight.
Yeah, he does.
Jeez.
Nobody does it better than Tom Gannon on the speed control.
Stein rivals a little bit.
As soon as I said that,
Yeah.
Stein came to mind.
Yeah, Stein's able to really get that ball to pick up speed also, and it's the number one skill you want to have as a pitcher out here, because if you can make your balls look 60 and not 50, it's a lot harder to hit. Don't forget 55 is equal to about 85, so 60 starts to look like 92, 3, and it just goes from there.
Yeah, I tend to forget about Stein. He hasn't been as active in the league this season, and my Warbirds have yet to play the Night Owls. We actually have 6 straight coming up against them.
I think you got some Stein and Dalby coming. I think you're going to have 3 of the 4 there. I think you have 2 Steins and a Dalby, or I think that's what it is.
I have heard 1 each.
Well, only 1 of each.
They're both showing up, but I don't know if they're showing up at the same series.
I don't think they have any same series as together now, as I remember talking to Nick
This past week they did.
Yeah, that was their last one together, I think.
Cody shoots that one high to right field. That's going to stay in the park, and Dustin tracks it down to make the 3rd out. We are tied heading into the 6th inning. Much different ball game than Game 1, where the ball was flying and we were on a race to 15. Where this game is slower paced, not as much action as in terms of balls in play. But I'm pretty excited for this final inning here. See if the Cajuns can lock them down and walk off themselves.
Yeah, it's basically like extra innings now here. We're going to play 1 inning at a time, and we're going to find a winner here. And the Cajuns, if they want their playoff hopes to stay alive this season, they need this one.
For sure.
As the middle of the table is a little stronger than it looked like it was going to be. It looks like that 4th place team is sitting a few games above 500. The 5th place team is going to be a couple games above 500. And that 7th place team is going to be whoever loses this series. And if the team that loses this series wins one of the 3 games tonight, they're going to be 19 and 20. Right. And that's 7th place out of 10 teams, 19 and 20. That makes things really difficult, and you're going to have that winning record to find the playoffs this season. But 4th seed plays the 5th seed. The 6th seed is in a neutral position, and then 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th are relegation eligible. 10th place, auto-eliminated. 7th and 8th play a series. The loser of 7th and 8th will play 9th, and then the loser of that series will join 10th out of the league, looking to play in a Challengers tournament, which hopefully isn't very strong this year, because I don't want to see any strong, challenging teams, but there hasn't been a lot of field access for the last 4 months,
Right.
so there's not a lot of players in Las Vegas outside of PLW who have been able to get any reps to get good enough to overtake a team like the Night Owls or the Warbirds or the Lightning. All 3 teams are plenty strong to take on, challenging minor league teams.
I would agree with you. Just because all those teams have the experience with these rules set.
And they all have an ace as well. The ace is going to be key. Each team has 1 pitcher that they can put out there in that Challengers tournament.
Tom lifts that one to left. Is it going to carry? Oh, and Will Morris might have got a hand on that, but it was a home run all the way.
Wow, Tom Gannon, we talked about it. He gets the pinch hit with nobody on base that we talked about. And what does he do? He just hits it over the fence and says, Adam Tanek, I am in the lineup, and you are going to like it.
Tom Gannon snuck up there on the plate. We missed him.
Yeah, we did. Very sneaky guy he is.
But hey, maybe that's why they were saving him. Oh, he actually pinch hit in the 5 spot, I believe.
Oh, you are right. He pinch hit for Michael Dean.
Mm-hmm.
So they are out of bench players this game. The Sandvipers, they pinch hit their 2 guys already. Again, pitching and defense have nothing to do with hitting. You can be out of the lineup as a hitter, but you're still eligible to pitch and required to pitch if it comes to that, if your team walks out, and you're always eligible to defend.
As Dustin goes down swinging at a ball in the dirt. That's going to be the first out. And now you have the top of the order for the Sandvipers. This is a good position for them to be in. As Hicks and Tanek, 1-2 at the top of the order, are their run producers. And I'm sure Tom would feel a little more comfortable adding another run or 2 here, as he'll have to get 3 more outs to claim this victory for the Vipers. And Hicks lines that one up the middle. It's going to get all the way to the wall for a double. And it looks like the Vipers are starting to come alive with the bats. So leadoff home run followed by a strikeout, a double, and now Adam Tanek is at the plate. And Ryan Roosh adjusting his outfielders, putting them in the optimal places before he pitches to Tanek. He gets some swinging at a 58. Tanek might be pressing a little bit here, wanting to get this run across the board. As he takes one in off the knee for ball number 1. That one's going to miss low and hot for ball 2 to even the count. And he gets Tanek to swing over that low slider for out number 2. And this looks like a matchup that's not been friendly to Tanek tonight. He struck out a couple times versus Ryan Roosh after having a really good game number 1. That's going to bring Marc Tavano to the plate. He's going to spit on that one low for ball 1. So Ryan is working now. He's going to miss up and away for ball number 2. Marc is a dangerous hitter, so you don't want to fall too far behind him. And now he's not in a great spot, Ryan Roosh on the mound. He's got 1 walk already.
It does have a base open, though.
It does have a base open and depth behind him. And that's going to be ball 4, second walk for Ryan.
That's probably a smart walkout, to be honest with you. It's a team walkout. He's not being selfish and being like, I'm not walking out. I'm just going to go after this guy. And if he hits a home run, he hits one. Instead, he's smart. He puts him on. He trusts his man Leday to get this last out for him. And a little bit weaker hitter in McDowell and Tavano. They're somewhat similar. I mean, McDowell has a home run here tonight, too. So there's no slouch for sure. But Tavano seems to be really locked in. And with that base open, trying to get a chase made a lot of sense. Tavano showed his discipline. And it's going to go to Leday to see if he can get this last out. Cajuns down 6-5. Solo home run by Tom Gannon. A pinch hit solo home run by Tom Gannon to lead off this 6th inning after the Cajuns were able to tie it back up in the bottom of the 5th.
And this is game number 2. The Sandvipers took game number 1 on an away team walk-off 2-run home run by Adam Tanek. It was a walk-off because they got to 15.
Love the away walk-off.
15.
Love the away walk-off. Something that you can't see in Major League Baseball. I really do like that 15-run rule. I mean, at some point, it's enough. Like, we don't need to see 26-19 or 18-3. Yeah,
right,
of course.
Exactly.
If you can't stop the other team from getting 15 runs, then you're done. You're just done.
Yep, you're not doing your job right.
No, you got to do a little better than that. Oh, as Kirby wipes out down the sideline. Alicut seemingly cackling down there with Kirby control.
We're gonna hear from GK soon saying that Hutt does not have his Kirby driver's license.
Yeah, you have to get that CDL license to drive Kirby, and he's just got his regular class.
As Logan chimes in, saying that he loves the trade and he's welcoming the newly acquired Kyle Lohman to the Night Owls. Kenny lines that one. Is it going to get? Yes, it will. That's going to clear the bases with a double. It's going to bring 2 more runs in for the Sandvipers.
What a big, big hit by Kenny McDowell, giving a little bit of maneuver room to the Vipers here to pitch in that bottom of the 6th inning, a 3-run lead. Not over yet, and they needs to get this next out. But Tom Gannon has looked in control on the mound, and now he has given up 4 runs. No, actually 3 runs, I think. No, Tanek
gave up 2.
Tanek gave up 2, Gannon 3. Yep, so Gannon's been pretty effective. A solo bomb by Runnels and then a 2-run bomb by somebody last inning.
He's going to watch that one miss the strike zone for ball number 1.
Leday hit that 2-run bomb last inning. Leday has 3 home runs this game.
Tom fouls that one off. It's going to bring the count to 1-2 in favor of Andrew Leday on the mound. Looking to get this 3rd out and get his team back in the dugout with a chance to come from behind the victory.
Oh, we do have some spread drama, too. The spread on this game was 2.5. So all of a sudden, the Vipers have put up that 3 spot. And we got some Cajun bettors on the edge of their seats, knowing they need an out and a run.
Leday gets Tom swinging for strike 3, but the damage has been done as the Sandvipers tack on a few runs, 3 to be exact, thanks to a solo home run from Tom Gannon, followed up by a 2-run double by Kenny McDowell. And Tom Gannon is looking to close this game out for his Sandvipers and take the series victory by taking the first 2 games.
One note for the Cajuns that's somewhat positive is this is Gannon's 8th inning, so they will not have to deal with him in Game 3 for more than just the 1 inning he'll be eligible for.
As Devlin fouls that one straight back for strike number 2. As you start with 1 strike as a batter here in the PLW.
Have we not seen that finger changeup tonight? I don't remember seeing it. Was that it right there? I think
that may have been it. I think he's still throwing it a handful of times. I think those pitches that are deceiving, they look hotter than they register, those are usually his finger changeup. Devlin continues to battle here.
Devlin with a lot of power.
He does indeed.
His connection and chase rate are a little bit high, but when he does get a piece, he hit a home run in Game 1.
He did. And then that's his Achilles heel right there.
Tom goes back to the Achilles heel. Watch this pitch again, the high fastball. Up. Devlin can't lay off. Not too up either.
No, just missed the top bar.
That's a good swing by Devlin there. That pitch was very close.
And for a man his size, what is he, 6'2"? So that's
6'4",
not as high.
I want to say, yeah.
So that's not as high as it is on a guy like me.
Correct.
5'8".
That was probably that might have been a strike in baseball. I don't know. It was really close to the top of that zone, though, and he had to protect.
It's Tom.
Wow. Oof. It's like a 70-mile-an-hour slider coming in at 56.
Tom loses a battle versus a radar. Put that in the calendar. It happened. And he gets Casey to swing through that drop screwball, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's a little sidearm screw sinker. Drop. Yeah. It kind of is a sinker. Not a traditional sinker, but
it's a wiffle ball Gannon sinker.
He almost throws it up and then it shoots down and
just falls.
Just tough to square. Gannon looking. Wow.
Did that get there?
Wow.
It bounced.
Oh,
okay.
It bounced. Okay.
Phew.
Can't tell. I can't see the bottom of that zone from our vantage point here in the booth. Good take by Morris. Cajuns need 2 base runners, and they need them right now.
Yeah, Morris is taking a team at bat right here. Both of those pitches were very close to being strikes. He's going to go 3 balls of 1 strike.
Well, I mean, Tanek's already walked out. and
Tanek did not walk out. He pulled himself after 1.
Oh, that's right. He has 1 walk, so.
It's going to be a strike to bring the count to full. Is Will Morris hoping to keep this game alive for the Cajuns?
Does Tom have a walk? I don't believe he does.
I agree with you. So here we go. Will sends that deep to left.
To cover the spread. No, it's a good play by Hicks. Bread basket, Willie Mays style over the shoulder, and the Vipers with 3 in the top of the 6th have taken game 2, have taken this series, but we still have some unfinished business to do. The Cajuns, if they want to stay in this season's race, they have to get game 3 right now. We'll get you those starting pitchers when we come back. Give another win to Tom Gannon, and we'll see you in 20 seconds. Oh, look at the beautiful evening we have here in Las Vegas. Game 3, about 3 minutes away here. We're going to have Sashi Boba on the mound for the Cajuns. We're going to have Kenny McDowell on the mound for the Sandvipers. Got a lot of talk in that chat about this trade again, so let's pop this trade graphic back up one more time. I have sent from my Lightning team, Kyle Lohman, against my best wishes, to the Night Owls for Jake Slusher, who is hopefully going to be a very viable arm for me. A second-round pick, which was looking like number 13 or 14 overall right now. Cash considerations. Nick Davila owes me 2 dinners. That's the cash considerations. And he is required to come over to my house and meet my turtles this week.
The icing on the cake.
That's all I could get. I got everything that I could out of that deal. And I wish Kyle the best with the Night Owls. Nick Davila, one of my really close friends, and I wish him the best with his Night Owls team. I would love to see them making a playoff push. It doesn't look like it's going to be possible right now, but with Dalby and Stein and the Warbirds on the schedule, you never know.
Hey, the Warbirds were lighting up the scoreboard last night.
They were.
So maybe we've turned a corner. We're gelling with our new teammates. Things are changing for us.
Hey,
we like the direction.
I like your team still. I think you guys have built a good roster. And, I have to say myself, I think that my roster is much more solid as well now. I know these trades are, answering for the Runnels trade, I guess everybody wants me to answer for it.
Yeah.
I gave him game 1 because he had 35 games played in the season. You cannot exceed 54 games. He missed 1 game earlier in the season. So he played game 1 to get to 36. If he played any more games for me, he would have to sit for the Cajuns at some point. So I wanted to get him a full clean slate with the Cajuns. I wanted to create a little drama within the stream, and I didn't mean to hurt Cody's feelings. He's a good guy. He's a good sport. He played really hard for me. He's a friend of mine. This league has become cutthroat to that degree, though, it doesn't matter if he's my friend. I'm looking to find the most 12 cohesive guys that get along in the clubhouse, and it's been a very, very difficult task. Kiefer McClendon is a stud, and nobody knows about him really yet. He hasn't shown up much this season, but he has assured me he is ready to go. Bo Evans has been an extremely good hitter. We had fast pitch tryouts. It's a big fast pitch tournament. Tom Gannon is trying to find the best 8 guys in Premier League Wiffle to attend that fast pitch tournament. They've got about 5 with Briner and Gannon and Couts, and some names elude me off the top of my head right now, but they needed a couple more guys, and guys that can hit 90-mile-an-hour pitching, and they couldn't find them. You know who did it? Bo Evans.
Yeah.
Bo Evans was all over the fast pitch at the plate, and Tom said he looked incredible and he would like to take him. Bo unfortunately got hurt last night. It looks like he hurt his shoulder, clavicle,
right
collarbone.
shoulder,
It was hard to tell exactly what he did. He made a great play on that ball, and really proud of Bo. Really happy to have him back. I was a little sad that I traded him away. He's such a good kid. And
right. You introduced him to the league as well.
I introduced him to the league, and I hastily, at the beginning of my tenure, traded him away, and I have Bo back now. I like Bo. I believe I'm going to be naming him general manager as we will end that topic and get on to Sashi Boba. He's been dying to get back out to the mound.
We have a little bit of a lineup change here as Tanik is leading off in the 1 hole. It's a little bit different from Justin Hicks, who had been the leadoff batter previously this evening. Sashi falls behind 2 balls, no strikes. And that's going to be a strike. I said no strikes, but I meant 1 strike. Every batter here starts with a strike. So that was strike 2. And that is a foul ball ripped off the bat of Tanik down the right field line. So he'll see another pitch with the 2-2 count.
No retirement coming, Evan. No retirement coming.
And Tanik swings through that slurve, I want to call it.
Yeah, he
broke
slowed
down
that,
into him.
He slowed that down a lot, and it broke late, and Tanik didn't recognize it. I'm not familiar with Boba, I'm sure. Boba's been successful on the mound this season. He is Look how long his arms are. Yeah. He uses all of his legs and arms and really kicks and hides the ball.
He's quite deceiving up there. He doesn't let you see where the ball is coming from.
He's a gamer for sure. I like this decision to start him here tonight as the Sandvipers have seen.
That ball is so high up there.
It's in fair ground, and it's dropped.
Will Morris can't handle that one. It's that ball. Oh, that ball is 50 feet up in the air.
That ball was way up. I thought it was going out of play over the side wall onto the street, but the wind kind of kept it right down that third base line. Morris didn't know a lot about it and couldn't get under it in time.
Look at all these points. The 3.5 spread is enough to put the money on the Cajuns as they have more points than the Vipers.
Sashi goes right back to that same pitch he got Tanek with, that slower, late-breaking slurve, and Tom swings over the top of it. Tries to get that inside corner, just misses.
So Sashi Boba and I, we have talked in the past. He has mentioned that he has to mix up. He doesn't have the nasty stuff quite yet. He's working on it, but he has to mix up his speeds. He's throwing, you could see there, he threw to Tom. He threw on 47, and then they threw at 58, both around the strike zone. So that's how he's going to work with these batters. He's going to finesse them. He's going to work them up in the zone, try to challenge them, and then he's going to take something off and throw off their timing.
Yeah, hitting here at Premier League Wiffle is all about timing, and you see it when even some top-notch athletes from the minors, from the majors, from wherever come, and they just don't have the timing. And if Sashi can go back and forth and get these guys off balance a little bit, it becomes a lot harder to drive the ball. It's hard to string together 3 straight hits as well a lot of times. Defense is really strong out here, and home runs are the way to get runs in bunches, as we've seen tonight. Boba looking to settle back in here. 2-2. Big leg kick. Oof. Big swing. Tavano way out over the 113 sign. Vipers take a 2-0 lead early, and the Wiffle gods, they were woken up early in this one. And it could be a long night if they stay awake.
It never seems to fail. You make an error, that runner that the error was against ends up coming around eventually to score.
Both of those runs unearned, as that inning would have been over without the error. So everything that Sashi gives up from here on out in the first inning, it will be an unearned run. If a new pitcher does come in at some point, that resets itself, and that new pitcher would have normal earned run rules.
Correct. Sashi is now being a little more careful, pitching away here to Kenny. He knows Kenny's quite capable of doing exactly what Marc just did.
Yeah, Marc just took a big lead in that Rookie of the Year race, I think. He really is stepping up. I didn't see a lot from Marc early in the season, but now all of a sudden...
Jams him up, 53, followed by a jam shot, 45. He is mixing his speeds up well. If he can keep these guys off balance, he might find some success here against the Sandvipers lineup. But his manager will have to keep an eye on him and look to maybe mix it up with Ryan Roosh before they see too many at-bats against Sashi.
Roosh has 3 innings left for this game. Tom Gannon has 1 inning left for this game. So we're not going to see Tom. They will use him in a big jam. If they're loaded with 1 out or something in the third, they will surely go to Gannon when they need him, but they would like Gannon to throw the last inning of this game with like a 6-3 lead or something like that, and they'll get him in to end it.
Well, I think they're hoping they don't have to use Tom tonight in this third game. They're hoping to have a big enough lead to where they don't have to use all 9 from Tom.
Yep, I've been hoping for that all season long, and it hasn't happened once yet. So, yeah, it could happen here. Obviously, the Vipers look like they're in pretty good form here. Won the championship in the fall season. The Ones won the championship in the summer season. The Snappers won the championship in season 1 in the spring. And this season, who's going to win the championship, guys? Who you guys like in the chat? Who is going to win Premier League Wiffle Season 4? You guys like the Bombers? You like the Vipers? Vaders? Obviously, we got the Ones up there.
Lightning?
Nah, the Lightning aren't going to win it this year. No. Snappers, too. Snappers have won 8 in a row and like 13 out of 15. And all of a sudden, you look up and like, the Snappers are 21-18? I remember when they were 5-13. And all of a sudden, they've really... Yep. And the Snappers have the Lightning now 6 of the next 6 games, 2 straight weeks. We got the back-to-backs this next week coming up. And we're going to have to deal with a lot of Briner and, unfortunately, what looks like a pretty healthy Weber. And
Ryan, healthy enough to hit, for sure.
Murphy and Wilson kind of going crazy lately.
Yeah, Ryan Murphy, it was not going to be long until he figured it out.
Yep, and Wilson kept saying so, and it looks like Ryan's there now. Leday, a little out in front, and a little frustrated with himself. That was a hanger. McDowell leaves too many pitches up in the zone, Matt. He has gotten burnt up in the zone continuously this season. He's got to get it down. Easier said than done for a 6'5" guy.
That's going to drop in there for a single. Dustin can't get there. He's going to lead off the game for the Cajuns with a single. And they're going to try to strike back and do what they did in game 2 and just mimic what the Vipers did at the plate. So they're going to have Ryan Roosh step in here. He's going to watch that one miss inside. So someone just pointed out that Tavano is still off pace with Kyle Etter for the Rookie of the Year. All of his numbers are not up to Kyle quite yet. Ooh, that's a line drive that just squeaks over Tavano, over to the right field, and that's going to advance the runner from first to third. And here are the Cajun bats.
I think Tavano does have 3 home runs tonight, though, so he's closing that gap, I guess. I guess maybe
With home runs.
Etter is still slightly ahead. Reynolds might be ahead because Reynolds has a little bit of pitching numbers in his pocket, too. So it's definitely a close race between the 3 of them. I'd like to say Will Morris is in there, too, but I'm thinking he's probably a little bit back and forth still.
Cody drives that one deep to right center field, but it's not going to be enough as Dustin catches it. And Andrew Leday fakes the tag. He got to the line and turned back. Dustin made a good throw from right field.
So you can see that cheat line down there at third base. It's 18 feet from third base. The base runner may sprint right up to that line. If his foot crosses that line in any manner, he is a committed runner to go home and can be tagged or thrown out.
That looked like a knuckleball. That's a foul ball.
Hey, that's my call.
As you can hear our umpires calling that ball foul immediately.
Yeah, I've seen too many third base umpires this season making calls on that fair foul. That is the top guy's call. He's looking perfectly down that third base line, has a great view. That third base umpire can jump in play and make fair foul calls on balls down the line in the outfield. Devlin, too big of a swing there with 2 strikes. Needs to make an adjustment there and swings through that McDowell drop ball.
So McDowell trying to get through this inning after back-to-back hits to start. He's trying to get through this unscathed. The 0 on the board. Cody out in front of that one. 49 from Kenny. And Kenny's capable of throwing it in the 70s as well. So
I think part of his problem out on the mound is he's been living at the same speed with almost everything this season. And once you get that timing down, it becomes a lot easier to time up as you continue to see 53, 55, 55, 53, and it starts to get a lot easier.
That was a knuckleball in on the hands. Kenny fields it and takes it to second base.
Good inning.
For the third out.
Good inning from Kenny McDowell. Shutdown inning. Keeps his Vipers up 2-0 and 2 runs to none through 1 inning here in game number 3.
A little bit of a deflating inning there for the Cajuns as they got the first 2 men on board, first and third, and then could not drive them in. I know all about that. The Warbirds struggled with getting runners in when they were on base early in the season. But it can be deflating over there in the dugout, especially when your opponent goes out there and puts up 2 in the first inning.
I think the Cajuns, the Vipers did it different too. They had 2 quick outs, I think, in the first. No, maybe.
I don't recall.
But it was a 2-out, 2-run bomb by Tavano, so they were able to get that clutch hit to give him a 2-run lead. And the Cajuns were not in the first inning. Boba back out to the mound for the second inning.
I'm just watching all these warm-up balls come flying towards us. We've been lucky tonight. We haven't had one up in the booth yet, have we? I don't think we've had a single ball come up here in the booth. Going to need that to happen before I'm out of here. This might be it. Nope. All right, Sashi is on the rubber. He is ready to roll. We're going to have Dustin Flinty as the batter to lead off for the Vipers. I believe he struck out his last plate appearance in Game 2. This is his first plate appearance of Game 3. The Vipers have won both games prior to Game 3. Oof. A line drive to short that Cody Runnels just puts his paws out and snags
Nice
for out number
play,
1.
Cody Runnels. Great
Great
look out there,
reaction.
Cody. Having a pretty good series here with his first night with his new team.
That's going to roll the lineup over. We're going to get Adam Tanek leading off here. Not leading off. In the leadoff spot. 1 out. He's going to watch that pitch low at 60 miles an hour. So now watch for Sashi. He's going to throw something in the mid to upper 40s. Nope. Gone. Tanek with a... Is that a one-handed swing? Somebody from his dugout said? Just drives that. It was a one-handed swing, pretty much. His backhand released almost immediately upon swinging. And he just drove that ball straight into the Garden of Serenity. Put his team up 3-0. And the bats are still alive for the Vipers.
Yeah, this Vipers team looks locked and loaded here tonight.
So Cody's giving Sashi some words of encouragement. Maybe he knows something about how to get Justin Hicks out. It's going to be a ball inside. That's inside, but that's
going to get out of here.
Holy
Yep. Oh, my
wow.
gosh. Justin Hicks, what a shot that was. He didn't even swing very hard, and that thing went 160 feet over everything.
That ball was almost as high as it went far. That was an incredible home run.
What a
His
ball player this kid
5th
is.
of the night. As he signs the ball and gives it to the booth, and Chad Phillips has himself a souvenir. I don't even know what just happened. Where did that celebration come from?
I don't know. There was no selfie there. It looked like he was going to take a selfie, and his team backed off, and he... Yeah.
So now the Vipers are up 4-0. That was Hicks' 5th home run of the evening. Going to bring Tom Gannon up. And apparently whatever Cody Runnels told Sashi Boba was not effective, as Hicks hit that ball pretty darn far. Sashi's going to fall behind here. 2 balls, 1 strike to Tom Gannon. Tom looking to make it 3 in a row. Deep center field. Does not have the carry, and Ryan Roosh is there to grab it for out number 2. It's going to bring Marc Tavano to the plate. He went yard, 2-run shot, his last at-bat in the first inning. He's going to whip that one down the third base line.
Whoa,
Roosh.
Roosh.
Great.
Gosh, what a play out there. Is anybody else getting to that ball? Roosh, what a left fielder
Out
he's
of
turned
nowhere.
into out here.
Full effort all the time from that man.
Yeah. Could be a big play there. Keeping him out of scoring position. It's 4-0 already. How long is Sashi's leash here?
This might be it for Sashi. This inning, if he can get this third out, they might turn it over to someone else just to give him a different look. They're starting to lock in on Sashi.
I'd get Devlin back out there personally. He's got to get more reps. And as I've said, he doesn't really get hit hard. He just walks out. So
Yeah,
if he can get
that
out
is
there
true.
and find his groove, he can be effective.
But then on the flip side, if he can't find his groove and he walks, oh my. How did Kenny hit that one? He pulled his hands in real quick to turn on that pitch.
Kyle Etter with a drop out there on the container. Looked like somebody might have got their hand in his way a little bit, but Etter's got to make a better play up on the container than that.
That pitch was 2 feet inside off the strike zone, and Kenny just turned on it.
Kind of golfed it out of there.
Oh, they got a new celebration? Oh. Okay, so the Sandvipers are busting out some new tricks after their home runs. Kenny signs that ball and attempted to throw it up to our cameraman, Trevor Bauer, but he wasn't able to complete the pass. And here's the pitching change. For the Cajuns, it's going to be Cody Runnels coming in to a now 6-0 game here in the second inning, as the spread is looking favorable for the Vipers. And there it is. Evan Shields asked for it. Evan Shields got it. Cody Runnels to the mound. He must have a direct line to Andrew Leday.
I think he might.
Got the bullpen phone in the dugout. He's just got a direct line to Evan Shields.
Cody probably was the most effective pitcher for the Cajuns in game one. They did give up 15 runs. I think they had 5 different arms out there. Cody was able to get, I think he got 7 outs.
Yeah.
Before he walked out, he gave up a couple of home runs, but he looked like he had some pretty good stuff going. This Vipers team, and that was a windy game one, don't forget. So he was in a tough spot out there with the wind just I think there was 13 home runs in game one is my best guess.
That sounds like the right number. But yeah, the conditions have very much changed out here. The wind is pretty still.
That was a good pitch there.
In on the hands. He's going to make the play. 4-6-0.
He's lucky he didn't listen to his brother because his brother yelled 2-2-2, but with nobody on base, if he threw it to 2, it wasn't going to go very well for him.
Nope, that would have been a runner standing on first base.
That's something that like Couts would do, I think.
No.
I saw him do it. I saw it.
You saw him do it?
I saw it.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, as an infielder, you always got to know where the play is.
Yeah, it gets tricky. This game moves extremely fast, and you definitely can get a little overwhelmed mentally out there as ball gets hit pretty hard, and it's on. I mean, a third baseman in Major League Baseball is standing behind the left field wall.
Right.
He's at the left field wall or behind it. So that's how much time he has to react to, when Stanton hits the ball 104 off the bat, and that's how much time he has to react. Out here, it's not much different on the exit velo. Guys are still hitting at 90, 100 miles an hour off the bat, except the third baseman is like 48 feet away or 52 feet away or whatever it is down there. So you don't really have much time to react.
And as you can see on your monitor, we have a Saturday night special. A PLW first, a Saturday night series, same time as our weekday series, 6:05, the Ones versus the Bombers. It's going to be another exciting series for two teams that are towards the top of the standings here, fighting to gain momentum heading down the stretch.
Those are really big games for the Bombers tomorrow night after getting swept last week. And
the Ones also coming off of getting swept.
You're right. But the Ones have a little leeway to play with still. The Bombers really don't have much room to play. As we stated, the middle of the table has squeezed above 500, where last season the middle of the table was way below 500.
The Bombers are sitting at 18-18 as well, aren't they?
The Bombers are not. They are at 19 and... Let me think. They are at 19 and 17, I think.
I'm sure one of the Fernandez will correct us in the chat there.
Yeah. They only got 36 games played, remember. They're 3 games behind. I think they're 19 and 17.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so they need to at least get a game tomorrow night to stay in fifth, sixth place. If they lose all 3, they'll be just ahead of the team that loses this series, so the Cajuns, who are going to be in 7th. Morris fighting off a couple of pitches. And
that's off the hands, straight to Marc Tavano at second base for out number 1. It's going to bring Andrew Leday up, looking to stay hot at the plate. He's got 3 home runs tonight, handful of singles. And watches strike 1.
Dangerous pitch to Leday there, but he gets away with it. Nah, I wouldn't try that again.
I don't think he will. You can't throw a batter like Andrew Leday, same pitch back to back.
He's got to go back to that low pitch that he throws from that sidearm release. Everything he throws overhand seems to just stay
high,
up in the zone, and these hitters can handle that ball up there.
Andrew rips that one right to Dustin in right field. That ball almost dropped.
It almost ran out of gas on Dustin out there. He stopped set and thought it was coming to his chest and ended up having to catch it at his shoe tops. He gets the job done. And the Sandvipers have 2 quick outs here in the second.
Ryan Roosh sends that deep center field. See ya. Wow.
That ball was crushed. Roosh finally on the home run train tonight. Has his Cajuns on the board at 6-1. Don't go anywhere just yet. Lot of game to play here.
There you go. There's some chatter in the Cajuns dugout. That's a little spark to get them going. They like that. When their guy Ryan Roosh goes yard, everybody in the field hears about it.
Roosh.
It's going to bring Cody Runnels up to the plate. With him on the mound now, he's going to want to get a base hit here, try to help himself. He's swinging at the first pitch. Hot shot to center field, not handled by Dustin, but I do believe he kept it from hitting the wall. And that's going to be a long single for Cody. And here we go. Are the bats waking up? Let's find out. See what Devlin Daniel can do here. He swings through gas. 60 mile an hour in the upper part of the zone. Devlin swings through it. to get in the hole 0-2. He swings at a faster pitch, 69. Nice. As Devlin's hearing it from his teammates, hey, don't swing at that. So you don't see too many batters out here swinging at 60-plus anymore. In seasons 1 and 2, a lot of guys were doing it because they didn't have the recognition yet. But now all these vets out here, everybody's got a season under the belt. It's tough to get somebody to swing at a 60-mile-an-hour pitch.
Very tough to get somebody to swing at 60. The way that you do it is by throwing 66, 67, and then coming back to 60. I mean, it's a clear, lower speed for the batter. He recognizes that's a strike, and then they look and they're like, wow, that was still 60. Devlin struggling at the plate here tonight. McDowell with a good inning, just gives up that solo home run to Roosh, and it's 6-1 after 2. Tanek calling for more runs, as always down there. He wants that mercy.
Of course. That is his motive. Every time his team comes out to play, he's expecting them to put up 15. If you don't do your job, you might not be in the lineup next game. He expects perfection. And why not? They're the defending champs.
Yes, absolutely are. They lost the championship in the summer season to the Ones.
Believe so.
And then they got back there again against the
The Snappers.
Yeah,
They lost to the Snappers.
They lost to the Snappers in
season 2, I believe.
Season 1. Season 1. They lost to the Snappers. Then the Ones beat the Snappers in season 2, and then the Vipers beat.
Who'd they beat last? Was it the Snappers?
How can we not remember who was in the season 3 championship?
Because we've been playing wiffle ball for like 2 straight years. It's all a blur.
Oh yeah. It was.
Somebody will let us know.
Must have been the Ones, no?
Somebody will let us know.
No, it was the Snappers again. It was the Snappers. The Snappers made all 3 championships, so it was the Snappers again. Snappers.
It was the Snappers,
Yeah,
okay.
the Snappers beat the Calicos, who are now the Night Owls in season 1. Then the Ones beat the Snappers in season 2. Then the Vipers beat the Snappers in season 3.
That is right, because the Snappers have been to all 3 championship series.
And Taylor has called another, just so you know.
Oh, wow. Bold statement.
Yep, and he called that when they were 5-13, I think. So now they're 21-18, and they're looking really good.
Well-oiled machine. That's a wild pitch? No, it's got to go over, right?
No, that's a wild pitch, but there's nobody on base, so. There has been one wild pitch this season.
So the old throw it 8 feet behind the batter worked as he strikes out on the next pitch.
Effective.
He did not expect the pitch to be anywhere near the strike zone. Caught him by surprise. So some metagame going on here on the mound. He's going to miss that one low and away. It's a very dangerous batter at the plate. Hicks is looking to continue his hot night at the plate. Already has 5 home runs coming into this at-bat. He's going to watch that one. Use his brain dar there. He knew it was spicy. 56, no swing, ball. And that's going to be ball 4. It's not a terrible walk. Though solo home run also doesn't hurt you too bad in that spot, but you'd just rather not pitch that man if you don't have to, because the likely outcome is him being further than first base.
It really is. Decent walk there by Cody. Good pitch, too. 56 just off the outside. He's trying to pick a spot, and that's all what you can do against Hicks. You got a baseball carded up on the zone, and just missing inside again there. Another good pitch. Not a lot Tom could do with that. Tom's been chasing that one a little bit, but not there. And
Tom sends that one to the Garden of Serenity, my teammate Jim Dodos' favorite spot of the property, and that's going to make the score 8-1 in favor of the Sandvipers as Tom is helping himself.
I meant to call a big game from Tom today. I didn't get a chance, and as the game 3 started very quickly.
It's mine. Oh, my gosh.
He tries to flip it into the broadcast booth, and he flips it over the backstop instead.
Thought I was finally going to have my first broadcaster ball.
I think we got to take that run away from them for that move there. I don't even know if that
is it in the rulebook?
I'll have to look. Maybe I can add it when I get home.
So it looks like Sandvipers are transitioning to an autograph when they hit home runs.
That's going to spin
that's
fair.
A dreaded dribbler.
Cody's going to throw it at Tavano. I knew that was coming. You could tell it was coming before it happened. and he throws it at Tavano, and he's out.
Got him.
He should have deked him and tried to get out of the way there. Last second, he might have got the low throw. Probably not, but
Hit him right in the hip.
good fun there between the two of the top rookies here.
So maybe we'll revisit it in between innings here. There's a couple people asking what the trade was. I'm sure the chat will catch them up, but we'll also announce it again. That pitch is going to fall short of the plate for ball one.
Thank you, chat police. Kind comment. Always trying to do our best up here, bring you guys some high-quality commentary. And
Yeah, I appreciate it as well. It's my first time up in the booth this season. Chad's been asking me about once a month for the past year, when are you going to get in the booth with me? When are you going to get in the booth with me? And I'd rather be behind the scenes, down on the field level, interacting with the players, or at home interacting with the chat and watching the games. But I decided, you know what, let's get up there and give the man what he wants.
I broadcasted with at least 10 or 12 people as we see Kenny McDowell swinging a Runnels little runner away, little cutter away. McDowell can't get a piece. Cody gives up a 2-run bomb there, but gets out of it. Now, this is probably my 12th different person working with the booth, and if I could select one person in the league to be in the booth with, I have him here with me tonight. So I'm happy.
And here it is. There's the trade that was announced in the middle of Game 2. As you can see, the Lightning have traded Kyle Lohman to the Night Owls. And in return, they have received pitcher Jake Slusher, a second-round pick, cash considerations, and Nick, the manager of the Night Owls, is visiting Chad's Turtles. He has been refusing to do so. But that was just a deal sweetener. As soon as he said, I'll come see your Turtles, Chad said, deal.
It's pretty close to what happened, actually. It's pretty close. And
There's a shot of Gio. Say hi to the camera.
Battistoni, head umpire here tonight, doing a great job on that clock you're seeing on the screen. Doing a great job in the batter's box this season, too, as he's become a force from that left side.
He's got a lot of pop in his bat. Oh, hello.
Tavano with a great one-handed snag.
Those are not easy because that ball is spinning, and to catch it one hand, he's got to have some pretty big hands. Because that ball will just hit your hand and spin right out of it. That's why most guys use two hands.
I did not want Dodos' trade offer because it was all picks. I already have the first and the fourth pick. I don't need 2 more first-round picks. I can't add 4 rookies to my team. I can barely manage the guys I have. Adding 4 brand-new guys is too difficult for me, so I'm going to stick with 2 new picks, and that's all I need. I'm going to have 10 guys returning, hopefully. I got my squad now. I'm done making moves.
Well, you only have 3 more hours left if you wanted to make another one.
I'd like to run this squad all the way through next season if it's possible.
Oh, yeah, not happening.
Maybe not, but I'm going to make my best effort to do so. Good pitch by McDowell. Gets Morris chasing a slower one in the dirt.
You're a little too active, wheeling and dealing, for you to say this is my squad for all of next season.
I'm done right now. I'm done.
Until you see what you pick up in the draft.
Yeah, but I'm going to have 10-man team, get 2 guys. They'll be my, work them in.
Yeah.
We should have a good talent at the draft in June. That's when the draft is, guys, June. If you want to get in Premier League Wiffle, hit us up on our social media sites. Draft and tryouts will be in mid-June.
Mid to late.
Yeah, mid to late, I think. Our playoff week is like the 3rd through the 10th or something, and relegation is right in there. And it's the following week. So it'll be right in mid-June. There'll be a tryout week, and then the week after there'll be a draft. Or the draft will be right after the tryout, probably. Well, they wanted to chase that one, but able to lay off. Kenny's doing something that's making these guys want to swing here. Or they're just a little frustrated. Down 8-1 could be a little part of it as well. But Andrew Leday, never frustrated, never gives up anything in that batter's box. Works a walk on McDowell. Gannon, 1 inning available on the mound for Game 3. We'll see if the Sandvipers need to use that. As of right now, it does not look like it.
So speaking of Leday being such a disciplined batter, I think Evan Shields will appreciate this. I think the last good pitch I threw was a screwball to Andrew Leday that just froze him for the strikeout. I think since that pitch, I've gone completely downhill on the mound.
Gannon in the perfect spot there on the corner of that container. He thought he was going to have to make an actual leap, but the ball stopped rising, settled for him. He caught it about face high. Tom Gannon, Gold Glove lock out there in left field this season.
Every season.
Both left fielders are locked right now, in my opinion. Roosh and Gannon are the 2 best outfielders in Premier League Wiffle. And there's a couple other guys that have been pretty solid. Couts, Carrasco, Roundy, Eder, both from the Vaders have been really solid out there.
David
But
Harley's pretty good out
Harley
there as
has
well.
had a solid season. Spencer Barrick, he's had
There's a lot of good outfielders.
There is, but I think that Roosh and Gannon are still the two elite
I can get on board with that.
left fielders
For
in this
our
league.
gaming family out there in the PLW Nation, we will be raiding into our gaming Twitch after this series tonight, where you can watch, I believe it'll be Tom Gannon play a little bit of MLB The Show. He'll be opening some card packs as well. So that if you're into MLB The Show, tune into that. I believe we had over 200 viewers raided into that last night. So that's a new feature as we try to find some other ways to interact with the PLW Nation. Scott Burley is up right here.
Great community we have here building, and we thank all of you guys, whether you like us or hate us, or doesn't matter. If you're tuning in watching, we're really happy to have you. Tell your friends, let's build this community. Let's get this to ESPN, you know?
Yeah, that would be phenomenal if we could do that. But, you know, I've been seeing some quirky sports on ESPN recently. World Chase Tag a couple weeks ago.
Marble racing.
Marble racing, yeah.
Did I say Carrasco? Oh, I haven't thrown a Carrasco out in a month or so. My bad.
Burley takes that one inside. He's putting together a pretty good at-bat right here in his limited plate appearances. Ting ting outside pipe 51. Thanks for playing, Scott. Take a seat.
Tough pitch there from Runnels, and Burley with no chance.
Yeah, Evan, I haven't even looked to see what it is now. It's not worth it. I'm over it. I'm chasing W's now.
Oh,
As
my
Tanek
Tanek just smashes one over the Garden of Serenity. It's going to be 9-1. Vipers haven't missed too many innings without a run. Is that Tanek's fourth of the night?
That is Tanek's fourth of the night.
Yeah, you kind of called that when you...
Oh, me.
Oh, and he can't get it to the booth either.
They're just teasing me, man.
Three consecutive home runs.
I haven't had a foul ball hit up here yet, an overthrow up here from warm-ups, and these guys are just missing.
Tanek couldn't even throw it 3 feet to you there.
Man.
We got to take that run off the board, too, so that's it's only 7-1, I think.
I'm pretty sure you have put it in the rule book since it last occurred.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
So here's Hicks looking for his 6th home run of the night. Not on that pitch. Just a bit outside.
I was trying not to mention any Fernandez's tonight. Maybe that's how that happened. Hicks back in there. I think he's got 4 home runs here tonight, too. Might have 5.
It's going to be ball 4 inside. I believe he's walked his last 3 at-bats. So as much as he's looking for that 6th home run, he is a team player. He will take that free base and force them to go deeper into their pitching staff. Get them a little bit closer to ending this game, either mercy rule or the 15-run mercy rule. Either way.
Morris got hit around a little bit in game 1. They were really on him when he came in. I think he only threw to about 7 or 8 batters. He gave up a couple of home runs, and let's see if he can settle back in here. The conditions are a lot better to pitch in now than they were 2 hours ago when he was out there.
Agreed.
Look at Kirby flying over the pylon.
And he is the star. Jump. He is the face of the PLWs. That Kirby Buckets. As he races around out there.
There's one of the perfect games. You saw Taravella threw it, and then Chen threw one, and somebody else threw one.
Billy threw the first.
Santiwan, yep. And Jason Walker threw the first last season.
Sorry, the first of this season with this 6-inning, 6-man format.
Yeah, Walker's perfect game was a 5-inning perfect game that he threw, I believe.
Still just as impressive.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't even get through the first inning perfect.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Pitching out here is extremely difficult. It's so hard to trick some of these amazing hitters with 55-mile-an-hour pitches. You really got to mix it up. You really got to be deceptive. You got to hide the ball. You got to hide your grip. You see Will Morris hiding his grip extremely well up there.
Tom takes a big cut at that, but pops it up to first. And Casey's going to be there to squeeze it. It's going to be the second out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Watch again as Will hides the ball here. He's been working on this the last couple weeks. He's not giving anything away. He doesn't want the batter to see that ball until the last possible second. And that might have been just enough to get that pop out. If that batter saw that ball a tiny bit better, it might have been over the wall.
Will Morris is a former Double-A Phillies affiliate. I believe it's the Reading Phillies. Is that team? So he's no stranger to the bat and ball. I believe he was a pitcher as well. He certainly has the mechanics of a pitcher.
He does. He does. He was a pitcher.
A pitcher that can rake like that?
Yeah.
Oof.
I did try and get Morris for Lohman. That was where I was really pushing. And that deal that I made with Runnels, I tried to have Morris in that deal. It was supposed to be a 3-for-2, and then it was a 3-for-3. And
Morris's attendance has been a lot better as of late. I don't know, maybe he had some other obligations earlier in the season, or maybe he's just loving it a lot more and finding ways to be out here.
Super stand-up guy as well. We haven't heard a peep out of him this season. He
Yeah.
goes to his business, a lot like you, Matt, and really just out there competing as hard as he can against himself and not taking it out on anybody else when he's struggling. Call went against him last week when we were umpiring, and he did not say a word.
Kenny chasing that for strike 3 to end the inning. Though he wants to keep going.
I don't blame
He
him.
was towing back to the rubber.
All right, 9-1. Cajun's not out of it yet. They got 9 outs to work with here.
Plenty of time to come back.
Yeah, Gannon has 1 inning to pitch. That's it. So if they just can get McDowell off the mound,
Or produce something off of McDowell.
they hit him in game 1.
That's a big turnover from a couple weeks ago, giving up 15 runs in one game, to holding this Cajuns lineup so far to only the 1 run.
He's developing for sure. And
Yeah.
it's a slower process out here. And with no real minor league system in place right now, it's hard for all these big lower-end guys. I'm not saying he's a lower-end guy, but he's kind of a lower-end pitcher coming into the season.
He's a rookie.
Yeah, what another 500 reps could have done him, and a few games against a little weaker competition, get his confidence going, get his movement going on some of his pitches, and a little more understanding. But he's got to get these reps on the fly against top-notch players, and it's really tricky.
Well, he's got a pretty good advantage of having Tom Gannon as a teammate. And that guy, he can throw any pitch. He can teach you how to throw a pitch. So I'm sure they've been working together all season long. I've noticed Kenny's been throwing a knuckleball every now and then. Not a pitch Tom throws too often, but it is an effective pitch in this league, as you can see, as the Santiwans find a lot of success with the knuckleball. As Cody goes down swinging at what might have been a knuckleball. As he looks back at it. It's going to bring up Devlin Daniel, looking to turn his night around. Make a solid connection here with the ball. Not on that pitch. Outside ball 1. That's driven to deep center, a little off the hands though, as Dustin makes a nice sliding catch to record out number 2.
He made that look really smooth. That was a kind of a tricky play. That ball was diving on him, and it started kind of going back at him at the end there, and he was able to negotiate that and get both hands on it for a good little catch. He goes at that with one hand. It's a tough play. That's deep.
Nielsen
That's gone.
drives that over the crowd on top of the container. She had a shot at the PLO Hotties. Got to make that catch. She kind of shied away from that ball. As Casey Nielsen sparks the lineup. The 2-out rally coming in from the Cajuns. As he puts another run up on the board. This is what happened earlier. Ryan Roosh hit a solo shot. And then it just kind of fizzled out from there. Let's see if they can ride this momentum from that home run.
That's a good pitch by McDowell. He's able to keep that down, locate it away. Can't get too hurt on that one there.
Spot on, J-Lo. Steve the Pirate. It's going to be a ball inside.
Why can't he be Kenny the Pirate?
Because Steve the Pirate is a character from a movie.
Oh.
I believe it was Dodgeball.
Maybe I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah, Dodgeball. I still got it. That's going to be high and bring the count 3-2 full, 2 outs.
Big pitch for Kenny here. He doesn't want to really give the Cajuns anything to work with.
Will Morris has seen a lot of 3-2 counts tonight. He's been disciplined.
He
That's
didn't miss that
driven
one.
Off the wall or short hopped.
3. It looks like
Chicken says
Chris
3.
Warfield's calling 3. He's calling a triple there. Couldn't really tell if it hit the wall in the air, but he's got 3. Gio agrees. And it's a 2-out triple for Will Morris.
Another one of those guys that everything he hits is hot off the bat.
Yep. This is a spot you can't walk Leday. You can't do it. So, with that being said, Kenny's going to have to come to him. And, a base hit is a big favorite right now.
It's the 4th. I think you can. Oh, no, you still have a 7-run lead. I mean, if Andrew's going to swing at
pressing a little bit,
favorable pitches like that for the pitcher, he's got to make an adjustment real quick.
I still like Andrew here right now.
Can't score 7 on one swing.
Elbow, I got an elbow there.
Drop ball to the elbow. Evens the count. Leday doesn't miss that. Have a great day. That's way out of here. 168 feet.
Holy moly.
Leday puts a dent into this lead. It's 9-4 now.
Chad, he's not a home run hitter.
He's not?
No.
God, he told me that before. I don't understand what that was. Not a home run hitter. Hits his 4th or 5th of the night. I think it's his 4th.
Yep, 4th of the night for the not home run hitter.
We've got 3 guys with 4 more home runs tonight. Tanek, Hicks, and now Leday.
And if he pulled that ball, it might have been out of the field twice with how far he hit it.
Yeah, that was just smashed. What a swing he has. He's so smooth. Roosh.
And he made the adjustment after swinging at an ugly pitch for strike 2. He said, well, I can't do that. Let me see a pitch up and drive it.
Yeah,
Ryan watches that.
You could kind of sense that coming with the can't walk him. And
well, they're still working with a 5-run lead here for the Vipers. 1 out to go this inning as Ryan drives that one to right field.
What a good job of keeping that straight there by Ryan. Just not quite.
It's going to be foul by about 6 feet or so.
What a pitch.
Wow.
That's where Ryan Roosh is a tiny bit vulnerable with as far away from the plate he is, but you have to hit that spot on him.
I mean,
yeah.
that shaved the outside pipe.
That was filthy. Absolutely filthy.
I don't even think it changed direction until it hit the backstop. That was a filthy pitch indeed. So we're going to move along here to the top of the 5th in a 9-4 ball game. Sandvipers looking to sweep tonight. What do we think about that?
What do you guys think in the chat? Sandvipers are going to sweep this one. What are the Cajuns? Where do they go from here? 18-21 now, 7th place. Long way up from there as well. It's tough to take series from teams like the Vaders and the Ones and the Vipers and the Bombers. It's just tough. You're not going to sweep those teams.
Yeah, you got to hope that they're off that night. Like we caught the Ones on a good night too. They were a little distracted with the festivities of the holiday.
And they were a little cocky with Dodos being out of town, I think, and it naturally
Snuck up on them.
You did sneak up on them a little bit. How'd you do last night?
Yeah, I did decent.
All right.
I'll say decent. Probably not that good.
You guys won all 3 games. You must have done something. Yeah. You must have pitched okay.
I pitched 1 inning.
All night?
Yep.
Wow. It's got to be a low for you. That's back to season 0 stuff.
I was looking forward to not pitching.
Oh.
The ones hit me very well. I think I gave up 4 runs in the 1 inning I pitched. So I was happy to not pitch more. As Michael Dean looks at ball 2 or ball 1.
Yeah, first pitch was a strike. There he goes. He's got his ball finally. What a quick reaction by Patricus up here in the booth. That thing was going 72 at him, and he snagged it.
Snagged it. No rebound. Dunk. That's got
a lot of spin, but Nielsen right there in the perfect spot. That ball kind of caught him out there.
Yeah, I thought it was going to float over his head, and then it just did not go anywhere.
Just dropped. There's Tanek.
Forward set this time.
Yep, the hat's forward after he might have made an out last time.
Boom. Right at Roosh.
Pitcher was a little too up for him to drive.
All right, quick inning here.
They need this shutdown inning. They still have 6 outs to work with. They just scored 3. If they can score 3 a couple more times, they can win this game.
Exactly what they need. Score a couple runs and then turn around and shut them down. 1, 2, 3. No. Justin Hicks says no.
No chance for for maybe Roosh feels like he should have had that one, but he had no shot at that.
Yeah, the ball was just scorched.
Yeah, and it was kind of tailing away from him. Ooh, just got hit by a huge bug in the face.
Oh my. Wonder what that was.
Wow.
No, thank you. Stay away. So here's Tom Gannon. Looking at ball one outside. Morris stares in for the... Is he going to get to it? No. As Tom popped that up to the first base dugout, and Casey Nielsen slides in to make an attempt at a catch and just can't come up with it. It's dangerous territory over there with a lot of structures. Don't want to slide into that stuff. As Tom fights to stay alive here, is fouling off another pitch.
Tough pitch there. Tom kind of chasing a little bit tonight. He needs to settle down. A little less anxious. Let that ball come to him. Morris isn't going to beat him with anything that he can't catch up to.
No, he did not.
And the umpires say he did not swing. That will be a ball.
What do you got, Alec? Hey, I think he got it.
This is a little friendly banter between the players and the umpires there. Tom's going to drive that one to center field. More of a pop-up, and Roosh comes in on it to make the third out.
Good inning by Will Morris there. Shuts him down, gives his team a chance. They're down 5 runs only. They've scored 5 runs a couple times tonight. It can be done.
Yeah.
Tom Gannon has 1 inning left. Let's see if that gets used. McDowell coming back out for his 5th inning of work. I think he threw 2 in game 1. It might have just been 1, but he's got plenty of innings left here to go. You got Chad Phillips here in the booth. We got Matt Patricus in the booth. And we're rocking it here on Friday night.
We got the whole fam up on the container. It's fully loaded up there. And they're thrilled to be here, as you can see. Who's going to be leading off here? Looks like Cody Runnels has a bat in hand. Yeah, Ryan Roosh went down looking on a devastating pitch that just shaved the outside pipe his last at-bat.
That's right. Runnels will lead it off here. See if they can get a little rally going. Remember, it's 6-man lineup, so when you're the leadoff hitter, you're also up 7th. So if you do get that little rally going, you know you're getting 2 at-bats in this inning, and you know if you come up a second time, it's going to be
runners on.
Runners on, runners in, and you know it's all they got to do is just roll your lineup once in the inning and get back to yourself, and you can really put big crooked numbers up here in Premier League Wiffle. Cody hitting it a little too high tonight, getting under him.
Ooh. I didn't see a clap, so he could have dropped that one.
He could have. He hasn't dropped too many in his Premier League Wiffle career.
Tom clap? Oh, he did. He clapped.
Oh, late clap.
Late clap. And a good peel-off. Good communication. But, same play right here. As Hicks just doesn't chase that one.
Yeah, Hicks, once Tom says, me, and you just kind of get out of the way.
Well, this is not what the Cajuns were looking for here in the bottom of the 5th.
No, 2 quick outs. There's Casey. He's got at least 2 home runs tonight. He might have 3.
Oh, my. That's going to be a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Is that 3 pitches or 4?
I hope it wasn't 3. I've been trying to do the 3-pitch inning myself.
I think it was 3.
Spoiled.
Might have been 4. It was 1 pitch to each of the last 2 batters. I can't remember if Cody saw it. No, Cody had 2 pitches thrown to him. Yep. So 4-pitch inning. Incredible. Vipers in good form here tonight. They're looking strong, ready to make another championship run for sure. Tanek back in a lot better shape than he was.
He's in the right mindset.
Yep, right mindset. He's lost 35, 40 pounds, and he's looking a lot more athletic, and he's got the best eye in the league, probably. Him, Sansone, I'm going to give as the 2 best eyes.
Yeah.
Sansone is so tough. I hate that guy so much. I absolutely hate him.
You don't hate him.
I can't stand him.
Don't
when
like
he's at the
pitching
plate,
to him.
yeah, and I know. I don't want my team to have to pitch to him either because he just
He's
makes
a menace at the plate.
Makes them all walk.
Yep. So here's Will Morris trying to shut them down again here in the 6th inning. Get his team back in the dugout with a chance to walk it off. But first, the Vipers get a say. It's going to be a ball outside for ball 1. So is this a new poll up?
No, that's going to be the poll after the game. So there'll be 5 Sandvipers, to vote for player, to come up to the booth. Tanek, Hicks, Tavano, Gannon.
And Steve the Pirate.
Steve the Pirate.
Kenny McClendon. Or McDowell.
Yeah, McDowell.
McDowell.
Kiefer McClendon. I got Kiefer.
Ah, there you go. I was wondering where I got that McClendon from.
Tavano with a rare strikeout tonight. He's looked really good at the plate there. Will Morris, gosh, if he could have had a little more of this stuff he's featuring now earlier in the night, then Kate could be a little different story. But Will is definitely locked in. He's found his rhythm.
Yeah.
Almost like golfing a little bit out there pitching. You got to find that release point, and it's odd because you're trying to throw that slider to the inside. You're almost throwing it like sideways because you know it's going to come back, and then when you try and throw it outside, then you're coming across your body the other way. So if really, really good hitters can recognize what you might be trying to do, it's not an easy task, but you don't need a big edge in that batter's box sometimes. 2 quick outs from Morris. That was a good strikeout there. 2 pitches.
Yeah, it's going to be a shutdown inning, or hoping to be a shutdown inning for the Cajuns.
They're down 5. You never know what might happen.
Kind of lost his release a little bit here. First pitch inside, second pitch low. 2-1 to Michael Dean.
Here comes the pitch to hit. Oh, and Dean swings at ball 3, but I like the cut. He liked that pitch.
Stayed inside on him.
Yep.
That pitch did not break.
Yeah,
Stayed straight.
Most of the time that's a slider. You're expecting it to come back out across the plate. Dean goes the other way. Nielsen to Runnels to the strike zone.
Alley-oop. All right. Now, I don't know if I would have liked that had Cody dropped the ball or made a poor throw. Casey's quite capable of throwing the ball, so.
I did like that. I think that getting it to a fielder that's closer to the backstop.
By 4.5 feet?
It was like 10, 12 feet. Cody was right behind the pitcher's mound. Casey was fully on the line at second.
Casey's fully capable of making that throw.
I like the little bebop plays there. I think they look good.
It's weak to me.
All right. I like disagreeing.
You have to relay from an infield position?
No, it's pretty weak, but it still looked good. I liked it. And,
it was smooth. They did do it smoothly.
Good that they can have a laugh. They're down a couple games to none. They're getting beat up here, and they're still having some fun out there. And that's what Premier League Wiffle is all about out here. Behind the scenes, it's pretty cutthroat, and it's been a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. Let me tell you, I just wanted to manage some wiffle ball games, but it's become...
You got to manage people.
It's become so much more than that, and it's been a difficult task, and I like to see guys having fun when they're losing. It makes me very happy. Winning isn't everything. You just gotta maintain an even keel and not get too high and not get too low out here, as the results become somewhat exaggerated. When it's good, it's really good, and when it's bad, it's really bad.
Thank you to Blake Too Cold. We try to do our best every night, Monday through Friday, and this week, a special bonus Saturday series. It is a weather makeup series between the Ones and the Bombers. Tomorrow night, Saturday night special, 6 o'clock, 6:05, same place, same time. Tune in, Twitch. As Will Morris drives out one to the container, and that's going to fall in and kick out of play.
But
it was untouched. It was untouched. One base. It went out of play on its own. No touch. Had a fielder touch that ball, and then it went out of play.
Should be one base, Gio. It's one base, yeah. Correct.
It's one base. Hey, it's one base. It's one base. I got word from head umpire.
No touch.
It just went out of play.
No touch.
I thought it was 2 because it went out of play. It went completely out of play.
You guys call it.
What sport are you playing? All right, cool, whatever. You get 2.
Okay.
Play that.
So the umpires come to an agreement that they are going to call that a double for the ball going out of play, ground rule double, even though no player touched the ball and forced it out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that is incorrect there. I'm pretty sure that's a single. If a player touches it and it goes out of play, it becomes a 2-base. But when the ball goes out of the side on its own.
That was my understanding of the rule as well, as that is a hard hit ball right at Kenny. He's able to knock it down, and he and Hicks chase it down to make the play. Hicks picks it up and makes the throw for out number 1.
Well, if he was on first, he would go to second now anyways.
Yep.
So
same result. He just gets a little bonus extra base hit in the stat book.
maybe it hasn't happened in a while. Maybe there is a rule in there that says if it goes out the backside, it's a double.
So Kyle Lohman says that the net is a double, spinning left is a single, and I do believe that spun left. I could be wrong.
No,
I mean,
it did.
Hutt was right on top of it, so he would know.
Yeah, but he doesn't probably know the rule, actually, down there.
I believe in him.
It's all about having the neutral eyes see the play. Then we can get together and always get the rule correct after.
That's off the end of the bat right to the pitcher, and that's going to end the game, and that's going to be a successful sweep for the Sandvipers against the Cajuns as they win all 3 games tonight. We're going to put up a handful of notable Sandviper players up in the poll. Vote for who you'd like to see in the post-game interview up here with Chad Sparkles Phillips.
Who do we got? We got Tanek, we got Hicks, we got McDowell, we got Tavano, and we got Tom Gannon. Doesn't feel like a Gannon night to vote for him. I don't think he had quite...
He pitched pretty well, but he was lackluster at the plate compared to some of his teammates there. Tom still hit 2 or 3 home runs, but they were quiet home runs. They snuck in there, whereas Hicks and Tanek and Tavano, they hit some big multi-RBI home runs and just really built the lead for his team. Whereas Tom did hit the go-ahead home run in Game 2.
Yeah, I guess he did have an okay night.
Yeah,
he got benched there for a minute on the side. He pitched great, obviously. I guess Gannon is a viable...
Yeah. It's up to the nation now.
It's up to the viewers. What do you got, viewers? Who you want to see up in the booth here tonight?
Can we see that poll, please? Keep an eye on it.
15-9, Game 1. Game 3 there was 9-4, and Game 2 was...
Game 2 was... Yeah, 9... No, I don't know, man.
Wasn't it like 9-4 too?
It was very similar, actually.
Yeah, I think it was.
No. It was 9-6 or 8-5, one of the two. It was a 3-run game.
All right. It looks like Adam Tanek is running away with that poll here already. He's got more than half the votes that have come in. 6. Yeah, that's he's got 18 out of 29 votes. It's going to be Tanek. We'll give it another 20 seconds here to develop.
I don't think anybody's going to jump him. It's looking like a blowout. He's just gaining votes. Let's lock it up. It's going to be Adam Tanek in the booth here tonight. Your PLW creator.
Yeah, Adam and I did a podcast for a good couple of seasons back in season 0 into season 1, and done a couple draft videos. So I've had a lot of experience kind of talking to him and interviewing him. Hopefully,
this is going to go smoothly.
I hope it does. You guys get some highlighted messages in the chat. Let's get a couple of good questions for Adam. No, don't just put any nonsense questions up there. Let's get some really good, poignant questions that we can ask Adam, and we'll see what the commissioner of PLW has to say. Tanek, you're up here.
So I'm gonna step out. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity here, Chad.
Thanks, man. Awesome.
I'm
so happy to have you up here, man.
It was enjoyable.
Thank you. Awesome.
It was kind of busy for me. I lost track of some things. Like I can't remember what happened in Game 2 at all.
I can't either. What was the score of Game 2, Adam?
It was 9-6, 8-5. Like that. It just moves so quickly.
Yeah.
But peace out to the PLW Nation out there.
All-American Matt Patricus. Everybody give him a little round of applause. So happy to get him up here tonight. And hopefully maybe again someday. I got Commissioner Adam Tanek here. Coming into the booth. A clean sweep by the Vipers tonight. You guys jumped out quickly tonight. Behind the arm of Tom Gannon early and a bunch of home runs in Game 1. I think you guys had 7 home runs in Game 1. What kind of talk did you have with these guys to get them smashing the ball like this?
I said, look, guys, we're going to sweep the rest of the season.
Whoa.
And after the ones got swept, that really pumped us up. And, we have the team that we wanted. The rookies are starting to settle in. I'm back and healthy. And I think... Yeah, everyone was just playing well tonight.
Let's talk about the backwards hat for a minute. We haven't seen that on you tonight. We almost didn't recognize you in the first game. It was like you were a little undercover out there.
Yeah, we got Marc got a new hat, and I tried it on. I go, I'll try one at bat, and okay, I'll take it off when I get an out. And all of a sudden, I hadn't had an out in a while. Marc's like, if you hit 3 home runs, you can keep it. And I passed that, so I'm keeping the hat. It's going to go the rest of the way.
It got a little scary there in Game 2. They closed the gap pretty quick on you guys. Game 1, too, you guys had a huge lead, and all of a sudden they got the tying run at the plate. You didn't go back to Gannon. Were you thinking about going back to Gannon?
That it wasn't to win one game. This was to sweep. I feel like we have a good chance to make the playoffs. If we lose a game here or there, like right now, the goal is to try to catch first place.
You want to get out of the 4 seed for sure and get to that 3 seed. To take away a series, you got to play.
Sure. But like we're playing to sweep. Decisions in game 1 are right now are also what's going to happen in game 3. And so I thought we did a good job there, saving Gannon there. Because he helped us win that game too. That was the closest one.
He certainly did. So your timing the last couple of weeks has been a little bit off. It's looked like out there. And tonight you were seeing the ball well in the batter's box.
Well, I didn't play 2 weeks. I've only played 1 week, and I was sick. I was in bed, and my team wouldn't let me stay in bed. So I went and got like a immunity shot. I got a B12 shot. I had a bunch of coffee. I had a bunch of superfood powder, and I hadn't been out of bed in 4 days. I come to the field. And, I wasn't feeling great, but I still ended up with maybe 3 hits, which was better than what was getting out of the other production. I went back and watched the game in a chat, and I was just getting lit up. No one said I was sick, could barely walk, and everyone's, Adam's washed up, Came tonight, a little chip on my shoulder. I felt a little bad.
Yeah, you didn't really look like you did have it last week. You definitely looked off. You weren't throwing the ball as well as you normally do, and your timing just didn't look like it was there. So it's great to see you back. Mr. Patricus called a big night for you in the pregame, and then after you hit that first home run, he said, look out for Tanek tonight. He's going to go crazy. Justin Hicks, what do you got him on?
Oh, man. Yeah, I need some of that, too. He ended up, I think I had 8 hits. He might have had 9 hits.
I think he had 5 home runs and you had 4?
No, I had 5. We both had 5.
We were
going back and forth. Yeah.
Leday was chasing as well.
What did Leday end up with?
I think 4, and I went down and asked him, are you trying to stay with Hicks tonight? And he said to me, I'm not a home run hitter. And then his next 3 at-bats, he hit home runs. So it was like, Leday, I think you're a home run hitter. His swing is so smooth, but Hicks's swing is a tiny bit smoother. A couple of those swings just look like he's just dropping his bat through the zone, and the ball is going 170 feet over everything.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's just trying to see it and drop the barrel on it. Yeah. We have a couple different bats. One's very end-loaded, and then one's the one I use is kind of balanced and a little more smooth. But yeah, he likes to just drop the barrel and see where it goes.
So 21-18. How many more losses? You got 15 games left. How many of these 15 are you guys taking?
We're going to try to take them all.
All of them?
Yeah, we already played the Vaders in once.
You got the Lightning left still.
Yeah, that's what we're counting on, yeah. It's not going to be easy, but this is what we're fired up for. The chances of it happening is probably 1 out of 10,000, but, it's fun. We're riled up for it, and that's what we're going to try to do until we can't do it.
I'm going to sick Chief Keef on you.
Oh, yeah, we'll be playing you on Friday?
No, we got the Snappers twice in a row, then we have you.
So we have a lot of home games left, too. We played a lot on the road. I think maybe playing on the road has an advantage. Playing on the road, if you are losing, you don't have to use your pitcher's innings.
Yep.
And then also you can make better decisions with your pitchers if you score a few more.
Yep. First crack at 15.
Yep.
First crack at taking that 4-0 lead and really, putting the hammer down and saying, we're here tonight, guys. And all of a sudden, by the time you're coming up for the first time, you're down 4 runs. And it happens all the time out here. Runs are available to be had if you can put the bat on the ball.
Yep.
This league is really great, Adam. You've done a great job with this, and I'm really happy to be a part of this, and I love every bit of it, and hope to keep growing with this league. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yep,
and
I'm working hard to find us a field. That's all. That's all I'm focusing on right now.
All I can say to you is work harder.
Yeah, I'm working. Yeah.
If you need my help, you know where I'm at all the time. I got all the hours to give.
Yeah, we need the market to change in Vegas. It was just a real bad time to try to find a place.
Yeah,
just limited availability.
I bought a house a little bit ago. What a nightmare. Well, rent to rent, and what a nightmare it was. Yeah, tough market out here. Prices are skyrocketing. $900 rents are $1,600 now, and yeah, it's a difficult spot. And finding enough acreage to build a beautiful field like this is not always going to be the easiest thing. But
yeah, we're going to make it happen. Just whatever it takes.
All right, who do you got tomorrow night? Bombers, Ones. Who you rooting for? Who you like?
I think the Ones come off of a sweep. I think they're going to be kind of fired up. I'm going to take the Ones to win the series, but I don't think anyone's going to sweep.
All right, you heard it from Tanek here. 2-1 Ones. Tune in tomorrow night, 6:05 p.m. First pitch. That broadcast live feed will open at 5:50. If you guys haven't seen it, there's a nice 10-minute video that opens at 5:50 that gives a 1-minute synopsis of each of the teams coming into the season. You can see how different these teams are now, but I feel like the trade deadline's in 2.5 hours. Any more moves going to be made, or are we done?
I don't think any more moves. Yeah, and I think we might change the deadline to the end of the series, or maybe 9 p.m. That way, if there's any trades, they can get in, so it can involve the fans at the trade deadline. Because anything that happens, Friday night at midnight, I don't want to get a text message at 11:30 after I had a bunch of hot cocos or I want to sleep.
I like that. Trade deadline is final pitch of the final game on that Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. It makes a lot of sense, and we really try and prevent the angling out here, keep things as fair as possible, and I really believe that everything has been super fair. It was tough for you to get into this league and keep it fair, because you could have kind of pulled some moves and some angles, but you didn't do that. We kept everything as clean as can be. You built your team the right way. You got a great Vipers team going on right now, and you're probably a favorite to repeat in this championship.
Yeah, we have a lot of confidence right now, but I mean, man, some of these newer players are getting really good.
Yeah, no
on
kidding.
These other teams, so I just don't know. It's anyone, like the Warbirds went and swept the once. Like anyone can win.
Crazy. The 10th team against or 9th. It was 10th, 9th, 10th, come whatever, and they beat the first place team. Is incredible.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, we're going to tune this feed and we're going to raid into the PLW gaming feed. And here's that graphic for you. Tom Gannon is going to be hosting this. He's going to be opening some packs of cards. They're going to be playing a game of MLB The Show. And I guess that last night there was about 250 people watching that, so stay tuned. Different group of people come in for this gaming stuff, but all of our PLW Nation should at least take a peek, see what's going on. And tomorrow night, who do we got in the booth? It's Trench and... I remember who it was. I know who it is, too, but I can't think.
We're going to keep it a secret. You're going to have to tune in to find out who's in the booth with Trench tomorrow night. It's someone you're really going to like.
Excellent. Thank you, Adam Tanek.
All right,
great pleasure watching you play tonight. Love some PLW. Let me get Matty Patricus back in this booth for 30 seconds.
Thanks,
we'll close
guys.
things down. Vipers win 15-9, 9-6, 9-4. Hit about 14 or 15 home runs tonight. 5 from Tanek, 5 from Hicks, 4 from Leday, at least 3 from Tavano, 2 or 3 from Gannon, 2 from McDowell. Whew, what a show, Matt, huh? Vipers. Yeah, the Vipers are locked and loaded, apparently.
Yeah, they looked like a good squad tonight. Their offense is clicking, maybe not even at his full potential. Tom Gannon had a couple at-bats that I'm sure he wants back tonight. He chased a couple pitches. But other than that, you can't stop Hicks and Tanek at the top of the lineup. That's going to be deadly down the stretch for the playoffs.
Jordan Keegan is that maybe tiny piece that they're missing right now. Jordan's still developing himself. He broke his hand or his wrist.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be out another 3 to 4 weeks, I'm guessing totally. I think
That's soon, huh?
I think it was a 5 to 6er when it happened, and hopefully he's back out there. That would have been a big difference if they had him in the 6 hole tonight too. He's a tough left. Yeah, another left-handed bat. You can see they struggle with the lefties. The bottom of the lineup of the Vipers didn't really accomplish that much until Gannon hit those couple home runs after they inserted him. But I guess we got to sign off here, guys. We still got 280
it's time
of
to
you.
go raid.
We're going to raid. There's some gaming sites. So all you gamers out there, and check out Tom Gannon playing some MLB The Show. I'm Chad Phillips. We got Matty Patricus. We had Gio Battistoni, Alec Hutt, Trevor Bauer, Chris Warfield, Kyle Lohman, Jen Lohman, all coming from the Stream Team. Player of the night, Adam Tanek. We will see you tomorrow night for a special tune-in, 6 p.m. Bombers, Ones, PLW Nation. See ya.
Peace out.